What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is up? How are y'all doing today? It is Friday. Y'all know what that means. That means we about to have us a good old time tonight. I am your host, Emmanuel Noisette. I want to welcome all of you for coming out tonight to hang out with your boy during this live chat. We have a lot of things to talk about. We got Aquaman 2, the trailer dropped, and there was a big interview that we got to talk about that gives us a little bit more updates about the movie. We got a lot of stuff to talk about with Jonathan Majors. We got new details in the case. Matter of fact, we have new evidence to talk about. This might actually shift things in favor of, I'm not gonna tell you which side. One side, I don't know. We'll see. But no, there is some new evidence that we do need to talk about. So we'll talk about that. We got some Star Wars news and so much other stuff that we will get into tonight. Definitely cannot wait to talk to y'all about it. But just a quick little note for those of you that are new here. This is a show where we're going to talk about the entertainment news and all that good stuff. We're going to have a good time chatting about it. But if you want to partake, if you want your voices to be heard, if you want to share your thoughts, I'm going to give you an exclusive offer. And I don't make this offer every single time. So this is a one-time thing. All you got to do is subscribe. That's right. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button, and you too can join the livest of the live YouTube chat fams in the whole universe of internets, and you can go ahead and participate as well. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can join in. And if you happen to like what you see, if you like what you hear, if you're enjoying yourself, go ahead and hit that like button while you're at it. I appreciate it. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and see who is here with us tonight and give some quick shout outs to the early birds that made it here. Let's see. We got Rachel. What is up? How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Always appreciate you. Allie girl, what is up? How you doing? Good to see you. EB, hello. Good to see you again. Thank you so much. We got the homie Deborah Rodriguez. Hello, ma'am. Good to see you. My man Tane is back in action. Good to see you, brother. Thank you so much. Darth Huyang. I like that. I like that. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Donna, how you doing? Good to see you. Let's go. We got my homie Intergalactic Space Captain, who recently, not too long ago, you just turned 13, I think, right? You just had a birthday not too long. So happy birthday. And I didn't get a chance to tell you. So happy birthday, Miss Aubrey. Definitely happy that you are here with us today. Thank you so much. Kristen, thank you so much for being here, holding it down for the Mod Squad. Y'all know the routine. Subscribe, like, do all the fun stuff, and have a good time while you're here. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Zia Latrice, we got the homie here. Come on, we wouldn't have it live without Ms. Harper. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see who else we got. Gray, what is up? Good to see you. 60 plus in the building. Good to see you too. Nelson V, my man, what's up? How you doing? We got Rhonda here. No, we don't. We have her on the replay gang. And shout out to those of you watching on the replay. Definitely appreciate y'all as well. Let's see. My man Didier is back. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Treese, how you doing? My man, Mr. Hughes, how you doing? Good to see you. Kimmy J is back. Thank you so much. Team Tech Boys in the building. Always a pleasure. My man Johnny Washington's here. Good to see you. Shar, how's it going? T-Ville is here. Good to see you too. Wait. I'm bogus for what? What did I do? Hold on. Missed the live last week. Okay. I'm bogus for putting up that pic. What? What? I don't know. What? Listen, I don't. I just had to step away to go walk y'all dog for a minute. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see what the problem is, but okay. If you feel that way, I don't know. But thank you, Miss T-Ville, for being here. Let's see. My man Dorian's here. What is up? Who else we got? Trouble Clef. What's up? Kiki. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Pam, thank you for being here. My man Gray is back. Low Key, how you doing? Thank you so much for being here as well. Oh, so me, how you doing? Mama J's in the building. Always a pleasure. Let's see. There we go. Wait. Hold on. I don't want to skip my man right there. There we go. My man Marcus J is here. What is up? Corey, how you doing? Toby, what is up with you? Tyra, hello, ma'am. Good to see you. Sunspot, thank you so much for being here. Talented one, what's up? William, good to see you. My man Sean is back. Cal Payne, I see you as well. Soto is back. Thank you so much. My man Theo is here. Mac, what's up? Marcus, good to see you. Who else I saw? Let's see. Kristen, hello. And let's see. Wavy. Who else? I'm gonna get to Raymond and Optimus Fine. What's up? And shout out to everyone that has made it out tonight. And those of you that are still joining, I really, really do appreciate it. Oh, oh, oh. Well, of course, I can't have a live without the queen in the building, Mrs. E-Man in the house. What is going on, my sweet, sweet thing? Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for wearing my favorite pajamas as well. Yes, I like the stripes. Stripes are good. I like them. Anyway, thank you so much. All right, guys, we got some comments here. Let me grab those real quick. Let's see. JN, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. What's up, E-Man? Always got to support. That t-shirt is fire. Where can I cop one? I don't remember. I don't remember. Thank you for that. I got this a long time ago, as you can see, when Lovecraft was on, and I completely forgot where I literally was going through my closet and I was like, oh, look at that. Like I just so happened to find it, but I do not remember where I got it from. I'm sorry. If it comes to mind, I will definitely send a link out or something, but I got it on the internet somewhere. I just don't remember where, but thank you so much, Jan. I appreciate you. Let's see. Deborah, what you got? A little something for Kobe's Halloween costume. Thank you so much. Listen, if he dresses up as anything, because he already looked like a walking McDonald's chicken nugget, that's gonna be on the missus. I'm gonna let her deal with all that. But thank you for the contribution very, very much. Let's see. We got Low Key in the building. Thank you so much. Missed the live Ahsoka recap. Oh no, caught the replay. It was so funny. Great job. Thank you so much. And yes, for those of y'all that are missing out, we do recaps on Ahsoka. I was late, because I was doing my fantasy football and everything. So I made up for it. I recapped 3, 4, and 5. So I'm all the way caught up, and we will be back on Wednesday, 7:00 Central Time. And we will go ahead and recap the next episode as well. Because right now, Ahsoka is doing the thing. Ahsoka is doing the work for Star Wars right now. So, you don't want to miss it. But thank you so much, Loki. I definitely appreciate it. Hold on, Loki. I know you're not out here double dipping and double dip. Hold on now, ma'am. Wait a minute. Okay. Let me send some love right back with the $30 Cash App. Appreciate you, ma'am. Thank you so much. You be holding that channel down. I'm telling you, paying them Comcast bills. I appreciate you for real. Thank you so much. All right, let's get to the first topic. So okay, yeah. Should I say it? I don't want to say it because then every time I say it, I get jinxed. We are not going to hit 3 hours. Replay gang, shut up if we do. If we hit 3 hours, shut up in advance. But we are not going to hit 3 hours. We're not. We're not. Okay. Marcus, my man. What's up, brother? Let's see. What up, E-Man? Hard stop. How are you doing, bro? P.S. Y'all don't trust that other market. You got variants in here. Oh, it's all good. Oh, brother. Thanks for asking, man. No, listen, man. I'm good. Blessed, highly favored, and just happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I could say right now. Nothing out the ordinary. Health is good. Your boy lost a couple pounds, like 20 pounds, no big deal, but yeah, I'm just happy. My family's good, wife is great, kids are great. So yeah, I'm feeling great. But thank you so much for asking. I appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and grab this update. Now I don't know about y'all, but I actually really, really enjoyed Hellboy. Now I liked Hellboy 1, right? Hellboy 1, fantastic. Hellboy 2, I think wasn't as good as 1, but I still liked it. Hellboy 3, that was straight hellish cheeks, fire cheeks. That was bad. The Hellboy 3 was not good. Okay, it was not good. But I will say that you know, I always hope for the best, right? Because I just love where they came. I love the comics, like the spirit of it, and where what the potential. I'll say that I like the potential. So when I heard this news, I got a little excited, but I'm still a little nervous. So right now, take it for what it is. But it looks like we getting the Hellboy reboot, and it's going to star Jack Kesey, and this is landed by CashApp Entertainment. Now, I'm gonna tell you right here, right now, I don't know who Jack Kesey is. I have no idea. Now, you know, I liked Ron Perlman. I think he was probably one of the better. He was probably the best one to do it. But then you had David Harbaugh, who came in to do, Hellboy in the third one. Now, at first I was a little nervous, but David Harbaugh did not do a bad job, right? He did not do a bad job stepping in, even though I still love Ron Perlman to do it. And I mean, listen, the dude's old, but it's makeup. He can do the role still. But anyway, David Harbaugh was fine. The movie sucked, but David Harbaugh was fine. I don't know who Jack is. I'm just saying, like, I looked up his IMDb and I was like, bro, I don't think I've seen any of these movies. Like, I just so now I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous because not only are you not having, and I'm not saying you got to have a big name actor because Ron Perlman's not a household name. David Harbaugh is not a household name, but you know of them, right? You've seen them in other stuff. But Jack, I'm just I'm not saying the movie's gonna be bad. I'm just saying y'all don't have enough bait on the hook to make me run to go see this. That's all. Then there was a little bit more disturbing news about this. It says here that Deadline reports that Hellboy, the Crooked Man, has officially landed at CashApp Entertainment. It says here that Jack Kesey is playing Hellboy this time around in Hellboy, the Crooked Man. Filming is wrapped on the project this past May. I'm sorry, I was thinking of something else that's a little tricky. That's for the next topic. But for those of you that don't know what the Crooked Man is about, it was a story in the comics. But it does have a little bit more of an update here. It says here that what separates Hellboy, the Crooked Man, from previous movies is that it comes with much more direct creative involvement of Hellboy creator Mike Mignola. This is the first time he's directly written the screenplay. Now, from the comics, the Crooked Man story follows the titular character and the rookie BPRD agent as they investigate a small community haunted by witches led by the Crooked Man in the Appalachian Mountains during the late 1950s. So, okay, there's a little stuff there for you to kind of think about. I don't know. Everything about this right now sounds like it's going to go straight to streaming. And if it goes to theaters, it sounds like it's going to be there for like 20 days and then it's going straight to streaming. But I'm a sucker for this. I watch all of these things anyway. I'll be there. I probably hopefully they drop a fire trailer, pun intended. Like, hopefully they have a good trailer and maybe that's going to make it sound a little bit more enticing. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't think this was going to be a pre-flop. I'd be lying, but I'm here to be proven wrong. I'm here to have my suspicions debunked. So we'll have to wait and see. But y'all let me know, what do you think about this new Hellboy reboot? Are you down for it? Will you give it a chance? Or are you just going to be like, man, whatever, there's other things to watch? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. All right, let's move on. We've got, now this is something I was looking forward to. Now, I don't know about y'all, but Brightburn, I like this movie. Now, Brightburn came out a couple years ago, and it was produced by James Gunn. I think it was written by his brothers or something like that. Um, and Brightburn was pretty cool. For those of you that don't know, Brightburn is basically the story. It's like an alternate story, but it's basically of a dark Superman, right? It's not Clark Kent, it's not Superman specifically, but it's a story about a little boy, and he has Superman like powers, and he from hell. Not literally, but he might be. I don't know. But this is Superman from hell. But I liked this movie. This was if there was ever a what if story of Superman, like if everything went wrong, this was it. And the coolest thing about Brightburn to me was the post credit scene. If you watch the post credit scene, you saw that there were possible other superheroes out there, and maybe there was a formation of like a dark Justice League type of thing that might happen. Who knows? Maybe a Sinister Six version of the Justice League. But whatever it is, I was in all the way with this. Like, I really like this. So when I got this news, I was definitely in. And that is that we got a sequel for Brightburn, and that is currently in development. It says here a sequel to the 2019 James Gunn produced superhero movie is in the works. So that is happening. Now there's a little twist here. It says Brightburn's producing company, the H Collective, will be forming a new company called H3 Entertainment, which will combine the metaverse, Web3, and AI into a model designed to produce a new slate of projects. Now, the production company says that it will respect professionals and fans while promoting responsible technology integration. Among the projects in H3 Entertainment slate that will incorporate such methods is a Brightburn sequel. At present, no director, actor, or writers are attached. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like they're going to be using AI. It sounds like they're going to be using all these different things as part of making the movie in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. Now, they said they're trying to promote responsible technology, but at this point, the way I've seen studios kind of like find loopholes around things, it's hard for me to just jump and trust whatever they say. That's all. But I'm still here for a Brightburn sequel. I will give this a shot just because I really like the previous one. So I don't know. Maybe they're talking about some behind the scenes type of stuff. Maybe they're talking about, I don't know, digitally changing voices. I don't know. But either way, I am excited that there is going to be a sequel. So what do you think about the fact that we are getting a sequel? Does the AI stuff maybe bother you in any way? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. We got one here from my man Puma. What you got? BB2. I'm in. It's on my Freaky Fridays list now. What is Brightburn. Okay, Brightburn too. All right, cool. Thank you so much. I'm glad to hear it. Man, I'm telling you, y'all gotta write that stuff out, man. I be sitting there like BB2. Like, Brian, boom. Okay, all right. But thank you so much, appreciate it. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so I don't know if y'all have heard about this, but apparently Drew Barrymore is getting dragged on social media for a lot of stuff here, and you know, because of like the writer strike and the actor strike, you've had a lot of movies going, they're stopping production, right? Well, you can't do nothing when the actors are not there. Then, of course, you had a lot of TV shows that cannot move forward because of the strike. Now, one thing that happened was because of the strike, with the actors and the writers, there's a ripple effect. It's an unfortunate one, but it does exist, which is everyone else that's not even involved with the strike. So the makeup artists, the costume designers, the production people, the set design, all of those other people, they are also out of work. So because the actors and the writers who might be, I don't know, 7, 10 people out of work, like going on strike, you might put 50 to 70 people out of work. Maybe. I don't know. But this is kind of the after effect of the strike. So, we've heard of people basically um circumventing this, right? So recently, you had people like Bill Maher, who's on Real Time on HBO. He decided to bring his show back, even though there was a writer's strike. And he caught a lot of flack for that. A lot of people was like, oh, he just a scab. Like he just out there, violating because his show doesn't really, I mean, they have writers, but he doesn't really need them the same way that a scripted TV show would need them, right? So like for him, I mean, most of the stuff he probably just, make stuff up along the way anyway. And he uses like guests and panels and stuff to come in. Now, I don't know if that's going to be affected, but either way, he was getting a lot of flack for that. So, in the same light of coming back during a strike, Drew Barrymore, who had a show, I didn't even know this was a thing. I had no idea she had a show, but she had a talk show apparently, and she decided to come back and bring her show back too. So it says here that she defied Hollywood cancel culture and resumes talk show. And it says here that let's see. Drew Barrymore will resume her daytime talk show despite the ongoing strike in Hollywood. In a statement shared on social media, the actress justified her decision, writing, to be clear, our talk show actually wrapped on April 20th, so we never had to shut down the show. However, I am also making the choice to come back for the first time in this strike for our show that may have my name on it, but this is bigger than just me. I own this choice. We are in compliance with not discussing or promoting film and television that is struck of any kind. We launched live in a global pandemic. Our show was built for sensitive times and has only functioned through what the real world is going through in real time. Okay, so first of all, I don't know why you think talking about the pandemic and going through a strike is the same thing. I mean, I'm just saying, like, one was a global thing that was killing millions of people. The strike is putting people out of work, but it's not killing people. I'm just saying that might not have been the best of comparisons. Um, Now, I do want to give some level of fairness to Drew Barrymore here, right? Um, she said here that she is going to bring the show back, but she's going to be in compliance, which means, she's not going to talk about or promote the movies or TV shows that the other actors or writers who are on strike are striking against. Okay, that's one thing. I think I understand that. That's an interesting way to go about it. Again, she is also on a talk show, right? Like you don't see The View being canceled because The View doesn't really need writers like that. And if you think about it, the whole point of the writer strike or the actor strike, it's really about TV shows that go to streaming. It's about movies, and, so the talk show kind of sort of exists in this weird limbo. Like, yes, you might have some writers that are part of the WGA, and Drew Barrymore is a SAG after actress, right? Like, she's part of SAG. So I think she's trying to find this little wiggle room to coexist. She want to have a cake and eat it too, basically. But that does not mean that she was not going to catch all that flack online because she has been getting dragged. Okay. I mean, dragged through the internet streets. So of course, listen, whenever certain people from certain demographics get certain levels of aggression, you gonna get some tears. Okay, you gonna get some tears and you gonna get the apologies. And Drew Barrymore was no exception to this. She, of course, came out and wanted to apologize. So she gives this big old emotional apology. And she says here, I believe there's nothing I can do or say to make this moment okay. I wanted to own a decision so that it wasn't a PR protected situation and just take full responsibility for my actions. She says, I deeply apologize to the writers. I deeply apologize to the unions. She says here, now keep in mind, she's making an apology to all the writers and everything, but her show is going to continue. Listen. Is it really an apology when you say you're sorry, but you're going to continue doing the thing that you apologize for? Now, I'm just saying, usually when an apology happens, it's because you found remorse or felt contrition and you want to maybe, I don't know, like you feel bad for your actions and you stop it, right? Like, isn't that usually how apologies work? Like, how you go? That's like me hit, like, I hit you in your face. Man, I'm sorry. Man, I apologize. Yo, I feel so bad for this. Like, I don't know what happened, but my apologies. Like, that's still your face. I'm still hitting your face. If sorry, not sorry, were a person, that would be Drew. Now, there was one more thing that Drew said that I was kind of like, come on now, Drew. Now, hold on. Let me get it for you real quick. Because if it wasn't bad enough to sit here and say that she couldn't, if it's not bad enough that you're saying sorry, but you're not going to change what you're doing or stop what you're doing, she goes on a little bit more here. She says here, well, I certainly couldn't have expected this kind of attention, and we aren't going to break the rules, and we will be in compliance. I wanted to do this because this is bigger than me, and there are other people's jobs on the line. Okay, you know what? I can respect that. She wants to basically sit and say, hey, I am here for the other people that want to work and that are being affected, right? Now, let me see. There was one more thing that she said. Oh, where is it? I thought I had it here. Oh, maybe I don't. Did I not get it? Okay. So I don't have the quote here, so I'm going to just paraphrase it. I know she said this, but I'm just going to paraphrase it for her. Basically, while Drew was basically saying that, like, yo, I know y'all not going to like this. So sorry. I'm still going to keep doing this. I'm looking out for the workers, right? She's saying that I'm looking out for the workers. And you know what? That sounds so commendable. It sounds like, hey, Drew is, she looking out for the other folks. The problem that I had was the fact that she went out there and also said, basically, there's no other choice that I have. I can't do anything else but to go back on to help my workers. Okay, this is, again, I don't have the direct quote, but she has said this. I might have looked up the wrong article, but she basically said, there's nothing else I can do. I don't have any other options. All I can do is basically go out in the middle of a strike and keep my show going. Okay, so keep that in mind. Just last couple of weeks ago, this happened from TV talk shows now. The late night host, Kimmel, Fallon, Seth Meyers, John Oliver, these guys, you know what they did? They came together, made a podcast, and used that money from the podcast to pay their out of work staff. Drew, you didn't think about maybe doing something else like that? You didn't think that you could use your star power, make a podcast, and just donate that to the people that are not working? You didn't You didn't think that you could find a way of solidarity a different way? But okay, hey, you know what? Maybe she didn't think of that one way. That's just one way. She couldn't think of it. She didn't know there was any other possible thing. But I'm just sitting here saying, like, you don't look at your peers, because while the other people in your same lane of talk show hosts were doing this, you also got, come on through, Quinta Brunson from Abbott Elementary and the producers. They launched a fund for the other people that were working, that were affected by the strike. It says here the producers and some of the cast of Abbott created the fund to supplement the Entertainment Community Fund, which has been working to provide financial assistance for industry workers amid the ongoing writer and actor strike. While Brunson and the producers have individually donated to the ECF, they also wanted to find a way to specifically aid their show's 152 person crew. So they pooled their resources as an additional safeguard. You couldn't think of nothing, Drew? You couldn't think of nothing? This was the only way? Meanwhile, you got talk show hosts making podcasts, and you got Abbott Elementary, and you got the producers and the actors, the ones that have the means, come together, pool their resources to help those people out. I don't hear nobody coming after Quinta Brunson. I don't hear nobody coming after Kimmel and Colbert and the other talk show hosts. Nobody coming after them, because they thought around the box. They thought outside the box. You couldn't think of nothing. This is why I don't feel sorry for Drew Barrymore. I understand her heart was in the right place, but at the same time, you got too many resources. You got too many people around you in your same lane, your same industry, to not be better informed. So sorry, but not sorry. What do y'all think about Drew Barrymore's situation? Do you accept her non-apology apology? Do you sympathize with her? Maybe, hey, her heart's in the right place. What do you think about the other people that are in her same lane doing the same goal in different ways? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. All right. Trey, what you got? Thought I was the only one that really liked Brightburn. Nope. Actually, a lot of people like it. Like, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's a cult classic, but if you've seen it, I think the people that have seen it have genuinely liked it. Let's see. It got a lot of hate for being too gory. I mean, it did. I didn't know that. It was a superhero horror, should have been gory. Yes. I completely agree. I mean, that was the whole point of the movie. The movie was supposed to be, what if Superman went bad? Like, what if Superman just was not the happy-go-lucky, corn raised farm boy, that we've always seen? And yeah, I'm just surprised he ain't throw more people into the sun. Isn't that what most comic readers always say? Oh man, how come Superman just don't throw somebody in the sun? At this point, that's what would happen. So anyway, yeah, you're not alone at all. Definitely agree with you on that. Thank you so much. Nelson, what you got? Who watched Drew Barrymore's show? I don't know. I couldn't tell you what channel it's on. I don't know what time it comes on. I don't know. I think she's an irrelevant, washed up actor who is in her feelings with her white tears because we called her out. I don't know if she's irrelevant. I mean, she's still making headlines, but I'm not gonna say that Drew Barrymore ain't, her name, right? I mean, she was like a 90s hit star for a while. She might still be riding off of that, for now. But yeah, ain't no fun when the rabbit has the gun, right? Like, it ain't no fun when you get all that pressure. But I don't know. Like, there's not a lot of excuses. Like, for me, I can't find an excuse for her when I see her colleagues doing other things. That to me is like, okay, either you saw that and you just didn't want to do it, or you're just willfully ignorant. Because I don't know how you just don't see that and be like, hey, that's a good idea. Let's try this. Or fire your team. Whoever your team is around you that's not even like up to date. How am I? I'm just a regular old dude on YouTube. How did I see this stuff and y'all didn't? Nobody on your team, no interns, nobody? Nah, nah. And you in the union, you're in it, and you couldn't think of nothing else? Yikes. Nelson, what you got? Sherry and Tamron write their own show scripts. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I guess they don't need the writers in that case. I don't know if they're part of the WGA or not, but okay. If they write their own scripts, hey. I mean, there are always going to be people that are either not part of the union or maybe they fall under different umbrellas. So you're going to have exceptions to the rule for sure. I mean, for example, there are movies or studios that are still actively filming because they've actually complied with the things that the actors and the writers have asked for. So it's not like all of Hollywood has shut down. It's just the major places have pretty much slowed up or shut down. But you got companies like or studios like A24. A24 is still making movies because they have acquiesced. They were like, "Oh, y'all just want residuals? All right, cool. You know, here you go." Like they actually did what they're striking for. So, anything is possible, but you know, we just have to know all the details. All right, moving on. We got a Star Wars update. Oh my God. How many times have we heard, have we even talked about Lando is coming? Oh, nope. Sorry. Lando's in hiatus. Nope. We still talking about Lando. Maybe Lando's going to come. We heard Kathleen Kennedy talk up and down about maybe it's going to happen. It's kind of still happening. We doing the talk still with Donald Glover. Donald Glover over here doing 50 million other things, and who knows what's going to happen with Lando. Well, we got an update from the co-writer, which is Stephen Glover. That is Donald Glover's brother. And apparently this Star Wars series, it was supposed to be a series on Disney Plus, is going to be changing. Apparently now it is going to be a movie, according to Mr. Glover. It says here the project is actually being developed as a Lando movie, and Lucasfilm confirmed this directly. Stephen Glover said, "It's not even a show. The idea right now is to do a movie. Right now, because of the strike, it's kind of like telephone, all of the information." All right. So, you know, online, I had asked the simple question. I was like, but why? Like, why are we making this a movie? And I saw a couple people were trying to like, oh, E-Man, why do you hate Lando? Oh, E-Man, what about black representation? Slow your roll. Slow your roll. Like, you're not gonna find nobody bigger than me that will be in full support of black representation of all kinds. Okay, first and foremost. Now, with that said, the reason why I sat here and said why was because Lando, the character, does not scream big screen movie. Now, I think it's a little different if you were to sit here and tell me we're doing a Disney Plus movie. Okay, I'm not mad about that. But you mean to tell me, as much as I like Donald Glover, I like him a lot. You mean to tell me Lando, this non-Jedi, this non-fighter, this, android lover or whatever, that's a $20 movie ticket? Now, what I'm saying here is that I'm not against black characters getting on the big screen. I'm saying if we get on the big screen, I want us to win. You know what black Star Wars character I need to have a movie for? Mace Windu. Give me a Mace Windu movie, and now we talking. Or give me, I don't know, Finn. with a bigger star like John Boyega. Give me a Finn Jedi, star. I'll watch that movie on the big screen. But Lando, eh, I'm just saying, Lando, the character, hasn't really been. He's been a great supporting character. I don't know if he's a great leading character, So for me, and here's the other reason why I'm a little worried about this. The Star Wars spin-off movies have been hit or miss. They hit with Rogue One, but then not so much with Solo. Solo was so-so. So, and keep in mind, Lando is a byproduct of Solo. So for me, I still have a not so great taste in my mouth from that Solo movie. And I'm like, ooh, unless y'all talking about making this something radically different, unless it's going to be something, I don't know, like Luke Skywalker finna tag team with Lando and they finna do all their adventures across the universe. Maybe, but I'm just saying right now, I would have preferred that they just kept it as a series and at least see whether it would work or not, but anyway, I like Donald Glover. I like his brother. I love what they do in Atlanta. I think that is great, but that's also scripted television, right? Like it works. Like they do very well on scripted television. That doesn't always mean it can translate to the big screen. That's a whole different medium. So I don't know, whatever it is. What do y'all think about the idea of taking Lando and instead of it being a TV episodic story on Disney Plus to stream, they're talking about making it a movie. And if they make it a movie, more than likely it probably will go to the big screen because Bob Iger is not here for all that streaming stuff. Like the streaming movies, they tried that. They trying to get back to the theaters because that's where the money really resides. If you're gonna make a movie or anything, you want that in the theaters to make more money. So this is why I'm kind of believing that if they try to make this a movie, it's gonna go to the big screen. But y'all let me know. Are you willing to go see a Lando movie? Would you go pay that $20 per person for a Lando movie? Or would you be more comfortable if they just broke it up, made it a series, and watched it there? Or would you want to see it as a short Disney Plus, special type of thing? Maybe it's a hour-long movie that happens on Disney Plus. I don't know. Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. All right. Didier, what you got? Come on, the idea of Atlanta in space doesn't do it for you. First of all, I don't think Star Wars has the guts to do that. Now, you got to remember Atlanta on FX. FX ain't really the biggest of networks. So they let Atlanta get away with a lot, right? They like, because who finna protest against Atlanta on FX? Who finna sit here and get all cancel cultured out on FX? It's not the same audience. I don't think Star Wars, the way that they want to protect their brand, I don't think you will get Atlanta in space. If you told me that we were getting that, if you told me that Kathleen Kennedy said, yo, y'all can do whatever you want, now you have my attention. I just don't believe Star Wars with their parent company, Disney, is going to let that happen. Because if you want Atlanta in space, that's got to be rated R. They can't just, listen, ain't nobody going to be called the intergalactic N-word. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's going to do that in Star Wars. So, would I want what you just described? Yes. Are we going to get that? Probably not. If we could, I'd be all in. I would be all in. But yeah, I highly doubt we going to get that. Thank you for that, man. Appreciate you. Nelson, what you got? Lando and Girl Droid, the movie. That sounds more like what we would get. I would not be surprised about that whatsoever. Yeah, if we had like a Lando and droid romantic comedy or something, I could see that happening. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, y'all let me know what you think though, in the comments. Let's see, what do we have here? All right, let's do a little Marvel news. We have Deadpool 3. So this is definitely got to be one of my more highly anticipated Marvel movies to come out. I've already told y'all from the jump, I'm not really excited for anything Marvel's about to do until 2026. But Deadpool is going to be that one exception. I don't care about Thunderbolts. I don't care about the Marvels. God knows when Blade will ever come out. I don't really care about Cap 4. We'll see. Give me a better trailer, I guess. But right now, Deadpool 3 on paper has everything that I want, and it has my full trust right now that it's actually going to be successful. So you got Ryan Reynolds back. Of course, we got the major, update that Hugh Jackman was coming back. We already saw the pictures with the yellow and blue uniform. So it's kind of like, yo, sold, right? I'm automatically sold on Deadpool 3. And if that wasn't enough, you got the director saying even more. And Sean Levy basically described the upcoming threequel as an R-rated bloodbath. Wow. It says here, Deadpool 3 director Sean Levy described the movie as an R-rated bloodbath and said that it will be a two-hander, which gives both Deadpool and Wolverine an equal share of the spotlight. He says here, you have two major movie stars together in a movie playing their most iconic signature roles. That is a director heaven. So the story, the tone, the movie itself leans into that gift of having Deadpool and Wolverine co-starring in a movie for the first time. So we're definitely not running away from that. Sir, you already had my money. But now I might give you the bank account number, because that right there is everything I need to hear. You're telling me that you're not about to hold back. Did you say bloodbath with Deadpool and Wolverine? And you gonna give them equal time? This. Thank you in advance. This is what I want to hear. This is exactly what I need to hear for a Deadpool movie, because here's the thing. On paper, from what he's saying, it sounds like he understands the assignment. It sounds like he read the directions and he fully understands what needs to happen. We need blood, and we need Deadpool to be Deadpool, and we need Wolverine to be Wolverine. This right now, this situation that you have fully gift wrapped on a bloody silver platter is not something to mess with. You have Hugh Jackman coming back. That's automatic. You got Deadpool with the already successful history. That's automatic. You already have the R rating from Marvel, by the way, which came from Disney. So that in itself is a magical exception. You got every right, fresh ingredient. The only thing you could do now is leave the oven on too long and burn it. Don't mess it up. Follow all the instructions and just cook this sucker up the right way. Look, set that oven to 350. You know what I'm saying? Put the timer on. Don't not too much, not too little. Don't overcook, don't undercook. Just let that sucker go the way it needs to go, and you can have $1 billion movie. This has everything written on it to be a $1 billion movie. Easy. He has more to say. He said here, Deadpool 1 is, to me, a perfect movie. And so I was not going to mess with the DNA of that franchise. Our movie is raw, audacious, very much R-rated. We went to great lengths to not shoot it on sound stages with digital environments. The internet has proven that by revealing pictures of our shoot. Thank you, internet. But we wanted something that felt grounded and real. But you put Hugh Jackman in his most iconic character alongside Ryan Reynolds in his most iconic character. I would say it's more a descendant of Midnight Run and 48 Hours and Plane, Trains, and Automobiles than it is a descendant of Airplane. So first of all, I don't know why he quoted all them old movies. I'm gonna need you to quote stuff a little bit more recent, but it sounds like you know what you're doing. So all I know is, when can I buy my ticket? That I just need to know, when can I buy my ticket for Deadpool 3, because this sounds like it's about to be amazing. Now, anything can happen. We've seen people drop the ball with big iconic characters. Batman v Superman. We've seen people not live up to their potential, but we will have to wait and see what happens with this. But I like where Sean is coming from, and this is definitely giving me confidence. But anyway, y'all let me know, does this help boost your intrigue for Deadpool 3? Are you nervous about it? Does it sound like they doing a little too much talking? Does it sound like maybe they overhyping it a little bit? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. Let's see. We got Nelson. What you got here? How they going to PG-13 Deadpool in Secret Wars? That's a very good question. More than likely, I would say by reducing what he does. So the longer you have Deadpool on screen, that is going to be where people are going to be like, wait a minute, by this time Deadpool would have cursed, or by this time Deadpool would have just killed somebody. So I think the way they will PG-13 him or dumb him down will be by just reducing his screen time. That would be my guess. But again, we'll have to wait and see. But thank you so much. Appreciate that. Let's see who else we got here. Oh man, here we go. Whoo, guys. For a long time, DC has had not the best run, right? I mean, time after time after time. It's unfortunate that we have spent more time talking about the negative stuff with DC than the positive. Now, it's not because of Marvel bias. It's not because of that. It's because it just has not been very successful. It hasn't been successful on the corporate level. It hasn't been very successful. And let me be clear, because somebody's going, but E-Man, the DC movies made a lot of money in the box office. Shut up. I'm not talking about making a lot of money. I'm talking about living up to expectations. I'm talking about these intangible things that these movies were supposed to hit, but they missed the mark or they fell short for the most part as a franchise. Okay. Yes, you got a couple exceptions with Aquaman and Wonder Woman and hell, even Suicide Squad, but Suicide Squad made a lot of money, but it just was not well received. I'm not talking about the James Gunn one. I'm talking about the one with David Ayer. But, for a long time, DC's track record has not been very good, like outside of the hardcore fans. So you hardcore fans, y'all don't count. Sorry. The general public has not really been receptive to DC over the past 10 years. So there have been a lot of tears that have gone around in DC. And because of these tears, we have another round to add to this. And it's unfortunate because it's attached to probably another sad situation, and that had to do with Batgirl. As most of you know by now, Batgirl was supposed to come out on HBO Max. Then they kind of was like, no, we're gonna put this in theaters. And then with the new regime change, Zazoff was like, no, this is no. Then James Gunn and Peter Safran came in and was like, nah, this ain't good. Even though Batgirl tested with the same scores as Black Adam. So y'all thought Black Adam was good enough, but not Batgirl. And we had that what do they call it, like a screening funeral or something like that, where they showed it and then they threw it away. Basically, it's done. Like nobody will ever see this ever again. Tax write off. So unfortunately, the directors have been crushed by this, and they recently talked about this in an interview where the directors Bilal and Adil, they said here after the Flash, uh, they said the Flash was a sad experience for them. They claim that they were told by studio executives that Batgirl would release after the Flash, thus continuing Michael Keaton's revived run as Batman slash Bruce Wayne. Just so you have a little context for that, Batman, Michael Keaton's Batman was supposed to show up in Batgirl. So the initial plan, before James Gunn came and they were going to do their own thing, the WB was going to have Michael Keaton, aka the GOAT Batman. They were going to have him come in, and they were also going to take Callie's Supergirl, and they were really going to make them kind of like the new Justice League in a sense. So Michael Keaton's Batman was going to be like the Nick Fury, going around different multiverses and grabbing these people, and everybody was going to form up a new type of Justice League. Batgirl was going to be the new Batman. Supergirl was going to be the new Superman, in those type of roles. And that was going to be the direction that they were going to go in. So that's kind of like what they were referring to in terms of what they were promised, right? And the Flash basically came in, and with the introduction of Michael Keaton, it was going to be a continuation of that. So and the at the end of the Flash, spoiler alert, I don't know why you haven't seen it, and if you haven't seen it, it's okay. A different Batman shows up at the very end of the Flash, and it's not Michael Keaton. So because of that, it basically killed any opportunity that Batgirl would have had if Batgirl were to still come out. But it goes on here. The director said, "We watched the Flash and we were sad." This is after they watched the Flash. We love director Andy Muschietti and his sister Barbara, who produced the movie, but when we watched it, we felt we could have been a part of the whole thing. We didn't get the chance to show Batgirl to the world and let the audience judge for themselves, because the audience really is our ultimate boss and should be the deciders of if something is good or bad, or if something should be seen or not. And let me just say, that is not so wrong. It's not so wrong because, let's not forget the same people that basically sat here and agreed that Batgirl was not good enough. These were the same people that also said The Flash is one of the greatest superhero movies that they have ever seen. The Flash has not even met its own budget. The Flash has flopped harder than a fish out of water. Like, so y'all said that this was great. Y'all said Batgirl wasn't. All I'm saying is it makes it very difficult for people to trust your judgment. That's all. It makes people real tough. It makes it real tough on people to trust y'all. Now they go on and say here, our love, oh yeah, okay. It says here our movie was very different than The Flash, and that has a big fantasy component. Ours was more grounded, more like Tim Burton's Gotham City. As a fanboy, just to be in the presence of Michael Keaton as Batman, that's just a privilege and an honor, but it's a bittersweet feeling. They say here, our love for DC, Batman, Batgirl, Gotham City, it's so big that as fans, we could never say no to another project. If we got another chance to be part of it, we do it. We didn't get our day in the court. We still want to make our case. And you know what? I really respect these guys for that. The reason why I was talking about this, because like their attitude right now feels so much more refreshing than the other people that have been traumatized by working on DC projects. I mean, when I talk about more DC tears, this is not an isolated event. This is not the first time a director or someone associated has been crying about what's been going on with their movie. We just heard Zachary Levi still upset that people don't like Shazam 2. Bruh, get over it. You still have people like David Ayer, who did Suicide Squad, going on a whole campaign trying to release the Ayer cut, talking about, oh, well, what the studio did to me is like it's like watching someone that you love get screwed by someone that you hate. And like, what? Talking about it broke him. Like, all of these people are just sitting here like, and then you got these Batgirl directors that are obviously, traumatized by this too. It's like, yo, I mean, I don't know how, Zack Snyder felt, but I'm pretty sure he was very close to being in that group too. So you got a long list of people that have not been having the greatest of experiences with DC, right? But I do like the fact that they said that they're at least willing to do a different project. And that to me is where I'm like, yo, I wish everybody else would just kind of do that, right? Like, I love that sentiment, that feeling that they had, because it's kind of like, okay, look, Batgirl didn't work out. Batgirl is not the say all end all of anything. DC is huge and y'all are rebooting. So you could always sit here and be like, man, you know what? We missed with that one, but we can always get that one. Like, you mean to tell me that David Ayer wouldn't be fantastic as a director for a Lobo movie? I would love to see David Ayer get a second shot and go direct Lobo. Go get Jason Momoa, you know what I'm saying? Because we all know Jason Momoa is finna be Lobo, and go direct that. Forget the Ayer cut. Don't nobody care about the Ayer cut like that. You got a small group of people on Twitter that like that stuff, and I'm telling you, the general public, why? For what? It's not necessary. But if you tell me, hey, David Ayer, we're going to give you a second shot. We know that it was messed up what happened with Suicide Squad. Go ahead and direct that. Hey, Batgirl directors, we know Batgirl was messed up. Things happen. But look, we're going to have y'all direct Teen Titans. Okay, something. So anyway, I just hope that I feel bad for these brothers. I do hope that James Gunn and Safran give them another shot, because I could totally understand having all your work, dedicating all your time, basically being for nothing. I'm sure y'all still got paid, but I can understand that you still wanted people to see that. But I am, I do like the fact that they're open to doing a little bit more. But anyway, y'all let me know, how do you feel about the Batgirl directors feeling this type of way about their movie not making it? Do you think they should get another shot? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. All right, we got my man Puma. What you got? The shirt is that inside info coming soon. I don't know. It's not. It's literally a shirt that I found in my closet, but I wish. I wish, but no, HBO is not. They not about to let Misha Green be free. They need to, but they not gonna do it. I don't know why, but man, I wish. I really do. Larry, what you got? I'd love to see Batgirl, if only for more Keaton, including the best Batmobile ever actually in action, and Frazier, of course, too. Why couldn't it be Elseworlds and return the tax money? If not, leak it. Well, unfortunately, and I think the directors wanted to leak it. I think they did, because I think one of the interviews they had mentioned, like, man, I didn't even get a chance to save it on my USB drive. Like, they wanted to save that, and I wouldn't be surprised if they would have leaked it. Think about this. For a long time, Fox did not want to release Deadpool. Y'all remember that? Back in the day, Deadpool, like, there was a lot of resistance to having Deadpool be seen. And some way, somehow, Ryan Reynolds, somebody released the little test footage of Deadpool, and the internet went wild. We went wild when we saw that little leaked footage. So I'm pretty sure if they had the footage, they probably would have dropped it by now. At least just to get the fan excitement going or whatever. But um, it didn't happen. And yet, nah, get back the tax money. Nah, they don't want to make the shareholders mad and nothing like that. They want their books to look clean as possible. So, if only though, if only I'd be there for it. I'd watch it. I'd watch it, but they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. Larry with another one. Thank you so much. What up, E-Man? Are you excited for the creator? I already have my tickets. Looking forward to your review of it. Thank you so much. So I have my screening for it. What day is this? I get to see it next week. So I do see it a little bit early. I will be reviewing it. And yeah, no, I don't know if I'm excited for it, but I am looking forward to it. So yeah, that answers your question. I'm not excited, but I am looking forward to it, mainly because I don't really know what to expect. I saw the trailer, and when I remember seeing the trailer, I was like, oh, this looks really interesting. Okay, let's see what you got. So I haven't really been consuming a lot of information about it. Once I saw the trailer and I knew I wanted to see it, that's all I needed to see. So I don't really remember a lot of stuff. I just know there was that weird kid with the ear Android thing going on. I don't know. But I am looking forward to go see it. And yes, I will be doing a review for that. Thank you so much, Larry. Appreciate you. JM, what you got? DC needs to revamp completely. I just want that Static Shock movie. Fingers crossed. Yes, agreed, and they are. This is why James Gunn is here. He is going to revamp everything completely, or for the most part, I should say. And hopefully Static is involved with that. I still don't really like the idea of potentially having Static be Elseworlds. For me, I want black characters to be leads in their movies, not an ensemble, not part of a co-team type of thing. No, have a leading black character have their own movie. That's what I would like DC. That's what I would like to happen for DC. Now, let me be very clear with this. There's a very big difference. I've told y'all this before. There are levels to this stuff, right? You can have black characters on TV. You can have them be co-stars in a movie. You can have them be part of an ensemble. But there's nothing like having them be in their own movie and they are the lead and they also are part of the main continuity. That is a whole different thing. So I'm not here for the oh well, you just part of the party type of thing. I'm like, nah, give us the same energy that you would give to a white female character. You're making space for a Supergirl movie that nobody really asked for, but I'm not opposed to it. So I'm just saying, you have black characters that have fully fleshed out stories that have an audience that is more than willing to show up for it. And that's been proven with other comic book movies led by black characters, like Across the Spider-Verse, like Black Panther. So let's get it, James Gunn. Let's make a leading black character in the DCU that's not a co-star, not part of an ensemble team, but actually a fully featured leading character. Let's make that happen. Thank you, JN. I appreciate you. I just want to put that out there because it needs to happen, in my opinion. All right. Let's go on. We're going to stay with DC. Aquaman 2. So a trailer dropped not too long ago, on Thursday, I believe, yesterday. And we finally got a look at Aquaman 2. And I've been telling y'all for a while now, like, oh my gosh, like we've seen the news of people walking out of screenings. We've heard the news of multiple reshoots. We've heard the news of Jason Momoa sitting here talking about that this movie ain't got no villain and it's gonna be a movie about the environment and global blah 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 blah. Listen, Everything that we've heard and seen did not sound good. Now, we finally have a trailer. And I will admit, watching the trailer, because I did watch it. And the reason why I watched it, usually I would save it to watch it with y'all, but I did a test. See, now I'm getting a little, your boy's thinking ahead now. I uploaded the video to see if it would get copywritten, if I get a strike or whatever. Second I uploaded, WB was like, So I was like, I'm not gonna play with y'all there. Okay. I'm not even gonna play y'all little trailer. I did get some screenshots though. So I did watch it. And it's shiny, it's a shiny movie. One thing that you cannot deny is that this Aquaman 2, at least from the trailer, they went in on the visuals. So the visuals look like a lot is going on. Now, I do have some concerns. That the beginning of it, just right off the jump, you see my man now, he's a daddy now. I'd be lying if I said I did not get Thor Love and Thunder vibes. From the very beginning of this trailer, I was like, bro, this sounds like you trying to be Thor Love and Thunder all over again. You see him being a little bit more comedic with his tights all on the line right here and all that. I mean, okay, I guess we'll see. And again, the visuals look crisp. They look decent. It looks like they actually let the VFX people do their job, and I'm okay with that. Got my man Yahya Abdul-Mateen II in here. Okay, I love to see it. Right, this is my guy right here. I like it. Then it looks like he is out here doing some real chaos, burning stuff up, burning up his house and all of that. So it looks like we do have an actual villain. It looks like Black Manta is not one to be messed with. Okay, and by the way, my man out here looking like he auditioning to be Jon Stewart. I see the green eyes. I'm just saying. Now, first of all, I've always said my man could definitely be the next T'Challa. You know what I'm saying? Look at him. He look like a king, but I like the green eyes. I'm just saying it looked like my man could be Jon Stewart if they wanted to reboot everything. And, I'd be here for that. But I do like the fact that we got Black Manta and actually, causing problems. Like he looks like he's going to be a problem here. Then you got Patrick Wilson, got his, I don't know, Moses look on or whatever. But he is back in action from as Ocean Master. Hold on now. Wait a minute. When did my man get this rip? I'm just saying. Now, just pause for a second here. When did Patrick Wilson get all them muscles? I'm just saying. I seen this man back in The Conjuring. I didn't see you ghost busting with abs. When did this happen? Bro, you was out there with The Conjuring and Insidious, all them ghosts and demons and stuff, and you was doing crunches. I'm just like, I never knew. But hey, shout out to him. My man getting in the gym, doing his thing. But of course, like I said, Black Manta, I am looking forward to that. Clearly, he's gonna have a nice little confrontation with Aquaman. And okay, I'm not gonna act like this trailer blew me away. It looked shiny, it looked bright, it looked like the visuals on point. But was there anything in this story that made me feel as though, oh my gosh, I gotta go see this? No. Matter of fact, I felt like the trailer was too long. I felt like I saw the entire movie already. You just told me you are a dad now. Your life is going fine. You're being a king. Being a king is hard. Black Manta still don't like you. It's on-site smoke. He gonna burn your house, disrupt your kingdom. You need some help. You go get your brother. Your brother goes on some weird adventure with you. Y'all got to go find some sort of, I don't know, ancient trident or from something or whatever. Let's see, you gonna use your little powers to communicate and bring all these other kingdoms together to fight against Black Manta. Y'all fight, you win, movie's over. Did I get it? I don't know. If that is it, somebody clip that when the movie come out and we'll see what happens. But I'm just saying, nothing about this is making me feel like it's going to be something radically new or different to add to the superhero genre at all. I could be wrong. I could be, but based off of what y'all showed me in this long trailer, meh, meh, But anyway, y'all let me know, what did you think about the trailer for Aquaman? Like I said, I'm not gonna play it here because I ain't trying to deal with no copyright issues. But were you impressed by it? You can feel completely different than me. Like maybe some of y'all like it, maybe some of y'all got excited by it, and that's fine. Whatever you thought, please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. uh Okay, let's see. Puma, what you got? The Outlaw, Johnny Black is out now. I live in New York and it's only playing at one AMC theater in Harlem. Have you seen or heard of this? No, I have not. Let's see. The Outlaw, Johnny. Let's see. What is this? Oh, the Michael Jai White movie. Yes, I have heard about it. I saw the trailer. I forgot what it was called. Um, but no, I think it's in the same vein as Black Dynamite and all that. Um, but yeah, I heard about it, but I didn't. I thought it was going straight to streaming. I didn't think it would get a theatrical release. So if you are able to go see it in theaters, go ahead and do it. That'll be a great way to support the movie. But yeah, I really thought this was going straight to streaming. So, but hey, if you see it, let me know what you think about it, man. Thank you so much, Jay. What you got? Aquaman 2 looks entertaining, but ultimately more of the same. That's kind of the impression I was getting to. Like nothing really new, nothing really different. Just like you said, more of the same. So I'm totally with you on that. All right, so we do actually have some more Aquaman updates. And this is from like this really big interview that the director James Wan had about Aquaman 2. Now I just thought that this was interesting, because it came right off the heels of the trailer. So listening to what he said and then seeing what we saw in the trailer, yeah, just put a couple things together. We'll put a couple things. So he did tackle a bunch of different topics here. So I'm just gonna go through the main topics with y'all, and then we will talk about them individually. But he does this deep dive into the movie, yada yada yada. Let's see. Now, of course, one thing that we do that is apparent is that because James Gunn and Peter Safran are coming in, everything is different now. They're rebooting everything with the DCU, which means, and this is a question many people have had, like, what about Aquaman? Like, you still got Aquaman 2 coming out before the reboot. So is it part of the DCU? Is it not part of the DCU? Like, what's gonna happen? So James Wan, the director, actually responded to that about how this is all gonna fit when DC is in the midst of these big changes. And he says, obviously, I have to be mindful. If I'm living in a house and the house is getting renovated around me, it's hard for me to not take notice because the roof, the ceiling's missing, right? But the beauty of this movie, this Aquaman world, is that very early on, we always said that we are our own separate universe. My goal was always, if we could spin off Seven Kingdoms into a Seven Kingdoms universe, that would be my ideal dream. So what we do ultimately doesn't get affected by all that stuff, all that noise. Sir, I'm sorry. Cap. Why you gonna sit here and act like Aquaman didn't have Ben Affleck's Batman all inside of it? Why you gonna act like Aquaman wasn't all up inside of Justice League? Why you gonna act as though Aquaman was not a part of Batman v Superman? Why you gonna act like Aquaman was not just in the Flash as well? What you mean y'all always tried to be your own separate universe? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Now I say this as a huge fan of James Wan, but sir, stop the cap, please. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You probably wanted to be now, but don't be sitting here talking about we always wanted it to be. No, you didn't. Because at that time, you wanted to be part of the DCEU, and y'all were part of the DCEU. Trying to change. Don't come in here with no revised or revisionist history now. Stop it. Stop all that. Anyway, let's see. Now, Peter Safran, the other half to James Gunn, came in and says here that he's comparing the relationship between Aquaman and his brother Ocean Master to the partnership of Nick Nolte's Cop and Eddie Murphy's Convict in the 1982 action comedy classic 48 Hours. He says here there is a humor in this movie that is far greater than ever existed, that even existed in the first. I have a couple concerns. First of all, the fact that these producers are referencing movies that are almost 40 plus years old, that gives me a little concern because this genre is usually geared towards people that are a little bit younger. Usually, I'm not saying that you got to be 15 or whatever. I'm just saying comic book movies are usually they're PG-13, right? So they're geared to getting those PG-13 crowd and older. But if you skew these movies to resemble things that are 40 years old, it just gives me a little concern that maybe you're not keeping up with the times and what works. It sounds like you're just going back to your childhood or your adolescence or whatever and what used to work. And now it kind of makes me think about why some movies don't feel as fresh. So that's just a little insight. I'm based off his comment. The other thing he said here, there's a humor that didn't exist in the first movie. Why? Why? Why do you need to make Aquaman more humorous than it was in the first one? And I saw that in the trailer because in the trailer there was something where I don't know, he was pushing some rock or whatever, and it was like kind of it was a little wacky, little slapstickish. And I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I knew your trailer was giving me Thor Love and Thunder vibes. But it sounds like y'all don't recognize that you don't need it. I don't know why y'all think having these big swole dudes like Chris Hemsworth and Jason Momoa and John Cena, like y'all just think that like the humor is always gonna work. I mean, it can sometimes, but like, wasn't the whole point of making Aquaman this big macho machismo guy so people wouldn't make fun of him? That was the whole reason why Jason Momoa was cast. I'm concerned. I'm concerned. Um, there's more. Now, James Wan was asked if there was any truth to filming both Affleck and Keaton. Now, just so you know, there was a lot of rumors going around. We had talked about this a long time ago. We saw Ben Affleck on the set of Aquaman 2. I just told y'all he was in the first movie. Then there was talk that Michael Keaton was going to be in Aquaman 2, but of course, since James Gunn and Peter Safran got involved, they changed the trajectory of Michael Keaton's Batman coming around because they're clearly rebooting everything. So nobody knows what's going on with Batman and Aquaman, right? And Batman is one person that has direct connections and ties to Aquaman. So is he going to be in the movie? Is it going to be Keaton? Is it going to be Affleck? What are they doing? But the director actually responded about that. He says here, the first tricky thing, let me get this on here. There we go. He says the first tricky thing early on was not working, knowing whether Aquaman would come out first or come out after the Flash. So we just had to be prepared. At the end of the day, the best thing I would say about this movie is that it is not connected in any way to any of those films. That's the bottom line. Affleck, Keaton, and Momoa all had appearances in The Flash, which debuted in theaters. Okay, so Batman does not appear in Aquaman 2. That's a no comment right now, the director says. You're going to have to wait for the movie to come out. Man, at this point, I don't even care. I don't. Batman ain't finna save y'all movie anyway. Like, nothing is connected, and you want it to be its own thing. But here's the thing: I don't know if Aquaman can be its own thing. How do you make Aquaman an Elseworlds property when the DCEU is its own thing? Because now, technically speaking, you would have to find a way to take Aquaman out of the DCEU and make it its own thing when it never has been, and continue. Like, I don't see how that works. The math ain't mathing with that. It's not gonna work. But either way, I don't care. I don't care whether it's Batman, Affleck. I don't care if it's Keaton. I don't care, because already the trailer is not like that massive. And I would think, and here's the reason why I'm gonna tell you why. I don't think Batman's in this at all. Not only because it would only complicate things later on, and it would lead people on to a dead end. If Batman were in this, you would see him in the trailer. You would see him. Do y'all remember with Suicide Squad? When Suicide Squad was coming out, hey, Will Smith, Margot Robbie, ooh, okay, this was looking crisp. It was looking tight. I was like, okay. And then we had Jared Leto. People was like, oh, what is Jared Leto finna do? We got another Joker. Okay. Listen, that Suicide Squad trailer, we was excited. A lot of people was looking forward to it. And what did they do? Sooner or later, look who dropped it. They threw Batman in there. They put a little pinch of Batman in there. Why? Because they, first of all, knew the movie was going to be trash. But they knew Batman being in something like this was going to get the people going. So, if you really want Aquaman 2 to succeed, and if Batman's actually going to be in it, you're going to put him in that trailer. You're not going to make that a surprise. So, I'm just saying, I'm calling it out right now. It might not be this trailer, but if you don't see Batman in no trailers, he ain't in this movie. That's my little prediction. That's all. I'm just saying. Because if they wanted this movie to make some money, you throw that little Batman spice in there. You gonna put that little herb and spice in there. But no, y'all not gonna do it. Now, we talked about the reshoots as well. And before the reshoots, Juan talked about it says here, Juan doesn't dispute the Hollywood Reporter's reporting that James Gunn had weighed in on the Aquaman sequel. But the filmmaker also asserts that the end product is very much his vision. I've known James since way back, right? We're horror guys. And so I'm definitely open to ideas. But at the end of the day, this is my movie. Oh my God. Y'all heard that, right? Y'all synced it? You heard it? You read it? You heard that, right? I'm going to read it again. Nope. I'm going to read it again. At the end of the day, this is my movie. I don't want to hear two words about some release the wand cut. I don't want to hear nothing about, well, this wasn't really my vision. It was, you said it right there. You said it. We don't need no campaigns. We don't need no promotions. I don't want to hear nothing about no release the wand cut, the wand verse. I don't want to hear none of that. If this movie sucks, it's on you. Don't put it on James Gunn. Don't put it on nobody else. You have taken this on. It's yours. Just saying. It's in the archives now. Now, we talked about reshoots. Because the reshoots have been all this talk about, like, it's all unconventional, and, like, you know, movies don't really get this many reshoots and stuff. Well, James Wan has commented on the reshoot issue as well. He said here, let me get it for y'all here. We have big actors in the movie and everyone's schedule is really hard. So we had to break up our shooting schedule into sections. We'll shoot a bit here now because the actor's available, and then we'll do another shoot now because this guy's available. People are like, oh, they're doing a whole bunch of different shoots. No, if we actually combine them all together, it's actually not that many number of days at all. Okay, you know what? And I'm going to take that because, at the end of the day, all we can really do is go off of what's been reported. So when I see a report that says there are a lot of reshoots and this is out the norm, we're going to react to what was reported. So I appreciate James Wan coming out and actually clarifying and saying, okay, well, hey, you know what? We had to shoot a little here. Somebody couldn't be here. We shot a little there. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So it sounds like the reshoot thing was overblown and it's not that big of a deal. Cool. Cool. I wish they would have asked them about the people that walked out the screening, but nobody wanted to get to that. Now, what else? Ooh, there was a big elephant in the room, and that big elephant in the room was Amber Heard. I'm not gonna get into the details. I'm not gonna go into all the nonsense, but y'all know Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, they had their whole big old thing with the trial defamation case and all of that. And throughout that whole process, Amber Heard has been dragged through them streets. Like, whoo, man, people don't like Amber Heard. I don't have a horse in that fight. I don't have a dog in that fight. I don't really care, honestly. Um, but my goodness, people have been turned off from Amber Heard. And there was a lot of talk about how people didn't want to go see Aquaman because she was in the movie. There was talk about how they scaled her screen time down, like basically just cut her out the movie. Now we saw like a second of her in the trailer. But it sounds like that she might not have a big role in this movie. So James Wan wanted to respond to that. He said here, I always pitch this to everyone from the get go. The first Aquaman was Arthur and Mara's journey. The second movie was always going to be Arthur and Orms. That's Master. So the first movie was a romance action adventure movie. The second one is a bromance adventure movie. We'll leave it at that. I Y'all believe that? Here's the one reason I'm just one reason. Just one reason I'm gonna call cap. Just one. Just one. Let me pull it up. Where this come from? Where that come from? Hmm? I'm just wondering, where did this come from? Why y'all even put this in the movie? So you mean to tell me my man had a whole baby with Mara? I'm assuming with her. That's his queen. She's your queen. And this ain't about her. She not involved. She don't co-parent. Nothing. How convenient. Okay. Okay. I mean, he want to leave it at that. I see why. Okay. Let's see. There was some more things here that they say here. Having shown the film to a few people by the time of EW's conversation, Juan notes the feedback has routinely been that the film doesn't feel like your typical superhero movie. It feels like an old school Harry Hassam movie. We going back to the old directors? Like, didn't he do the Clash of the Titans? That I mean, I liked it. It was a 1980 something movie. Like, why y'all going to all these old movies? And who did you show this to? Did Tom Cruise say that? Because if Tom Cruise said it, I don't know if I can trust him either. I guess. One more thing he said. Juan believes that the second movie nicely sets up a potential third film should audiences demand it. He says here, what I like between this one and the first one is you really do see the growth of Arthur. He starts off as this kind of wanderer, and in the second one, he finally has more of a direction of what he wants to do with his life. If and when there is a third one, that's what it should be. It should be growing these characters because I think we've set up certain things in a good place in the second movie that you can definitely draw upon in a third. I don't have any stories, but growing the characters is the biggest thing that I think the next Aquaman movie should be about. Yeah, why don't we wait? Just hold them horses. Just hold them horses because we also thought, not we, but y'all thought Flash was gonna be something too. Y'all thought Flash was gonna be the biggest thing ever since sliced bread. I'm just saying, just wait. Don't even talk about it. Just wait. Because why would we care about a continuation of a character in a franchise that's being cut off? Why are you even talking about sequels? Like, you should be lucky that that iteration of the character even continues. Because in James Gunn's version, it might be a completely different type of Aquaman. We don't know. I mean, obviously, you're gonna have to have Aquaman in the DCU, but maybe it's not gonna be Jason Momoa. I hope not. I feel like they could have somebody else play, Aquaman. You don't need Jason Momoa to play Aquaman. You do need Jason Momoa to play Lobo. That's easy. That if James Gunn doesn't have the insight, and I do believe he does, but if you don't have the foresight and the insight, the wisdom to recognize that Jason Momoa needs to be Lobo, I can't trust anything that you're doing in DC. If you don't get that, why are you there? But anyway, so guys, that's it for the Aquaman 2 updates and everything. What do you think about what James Wan had to say? Um, does this give you more confidence in what he was talking about for Aquaman 2? Does it give you more worry and concern? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. Let's see here. Natalie, what's going on? Just saw Outlaw 7 out of 10. Lots of scriptures and action. Okay. Interesting. Thank you for that. Okay. All right. Listen, that sounds like a matinee watch. If you tell me 7 out of 10, that sounds like a matinee watch. But I appreciate that. Puma, what you got? They forgot that we want great stories and action. Yes, that's the very basic thing that we want. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Larry, what you got? How they gonna say the best thing I can say about it is that it's separate? Someone asked if Batman is in it, and instead of saying no, it's you'll see. Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't even know. I would have just been like, no comment. Like, you don't have to answer everything. Like you could just be like, I don't know. Guess you'll have to wait and see. You could have just left it there. But yeah, I don't know. But thank you so much, Larry. I appreciate you. All right, let's move on. We making good time. We making some fantastic time. Love it. Loki season 2 is coming out. And of course, Loki, in my opinion, has been one of the better Disney Plus Marvel shows that is out. And I am definitely looking forward to it. But there has been, of course, the elephant in the room, which is what's going to happen with Jonathan Majors, who plays Kang the Conqueror. And for those of you that don't know, of course, we'll get into it a little later. Jonathan Majors has his court case going on right now for domestic violence or alleged domestic violence. And a lot of people are thinking, like, well, what's Marvel going to do? Like, are they going to recast him? Are they going to get rid of him? Now, there was news earlier that Disney, who owns Fox, and Fox Searchlight, or Searchlight now they call themselves. They have another Jonathan Majors movie. That's the one with he as the bodybuilder or whatnot. Magazine Dreams, and they have not taken that off the schedule. Like Disney's like, yeah, we gonna rock with this, even though that movie does have Jonathan Majors portraying a very violent and disturbed individual. So it's kind of like, you in real life trial for being potentially violent, and you about to be on screen feeding that image to people. Like, that could be a little dicey, right? But Disney slash Fox, they were like, whatever, let it ride. Okay, but then again, the real question is, but what y'all gonna do with Loki? Now, the thing with Loki is Loki's already shot. Like they already did what they did with Jonathan Majors. So, what are you gonna do? Take him out? Yeah, he's kind of a big deal. Kang is like a big centerpiece for what Marvel's trying to do. They bet a lot of chips on him. Um, but we do have an update from one of the producers of Loki about Kang, or Jonathan Majors' involvement in the show. And they said here that Jonathan Majors' new Kang villain is a big part of season 2. Big part. It says Victor Timely is somebody that we are very, very excited about. When you look at Kang, he has a very funny comic backstory. He has all these iterations. Timely was one that we've always wanted to do in Loki, and I think we're really excited about how that integrates into the season. It's a big part of the show. All right. Hey, it sounds like not only is Disney on board and Fox, but Marvel is sticking with your boy. They like, yo, business as usual. Kang ain't going nowhere. Jonathan Majors ain't getting recast. He's gonna be part of Loki. Y'all gonna see him all the way. And Loki comes out like in less than a month? I want to say October 6th. So October 6th, you gonna get a whole lot more Jonathan Majors on that Disney Plus show. So you know what? And to be honest with you, I'm not mad at him for that. The court case has not been settled. Nobody has there is no guilty verdict or anything like that. People are innocent until proven guilty. So even though other people have dropped Jonathan Majors, his PR team dropped them, commercials dropped them, other movies have dropped them, Marvel / Disney, they sticking by him. So I'm not mad at that. So we will have to wait and see where they go with it. Yeah, we will we'll see what happens. But good on them for sticking with him until further notice. But anyway, what do y'all think about Marvel / Disney sticking to sticking with Kang still being in Loki? Does it get you more excited that we're going to have Kang be a big part of Loki season 2? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. Right, let's move on. Puma, I'm actually gonna hold off on yours because we're about to talk about that same topic. So you're getting a little ahead of me right there, so I'm gonna hold off on that for now. But before we're gonna keep on Jonathan Majors though. Have y'all heard about this? Have y'all seen this? Jonathan Majors apparently is really peacekeeper. He's really peacekeeper out in these streets. And I don't know if you guys heard about it, but recently my man has squashed some high school student beef after he was in an In-N-Out burger and they was fighting. Now, I have the video here and we are going to watch it. And I'm just going to say, let me just kind of give you the preface of what happened so that you understand what was going on. According to reports, Jonathan Majors was across the street. He was getting some sandwiches. Okay? He was getting some burgers at In-N-Out. Everybody hungry, right? Everybody got to eat. Heck, I need to eat, right? And lo and behold, My man had the real life super ears or super sight, saw trouble amiss, and jumped into action. Okay? So for anybody that's saying, what was he doing? What happened? What? Listen, we're going to see what happened. But the story is he was over yonder getting some food. He saw trouble over there. He moonwalked over there like Michael Jackson, told him to beat it, and to just chill out. That's the story. Now, y'all gonna be able to watch this with your own eyes. We're gonna watch it together, and we're gonna talk about it. All right, let's get this up here. So this is the scuffle that went down, and I'll put the sound on too. Here we go.
Damn! No one do anything? My storage bitch.
You got the other high schoolers standing around just watching. That looks typical.
Oh!
Dum da da da. Captain Negro. Stop it. Stop it. It's okay. It's okay. Look at that. Look at my man getting all that. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Stop the violence.
No one did anything.
It ain't worth it. It's over now.
Well, clearly.
Can I ask, we heard there was an incident at In-N-Out Burger that you stepped in and stopped a fight between two young girls.
Man. Real heroes don't get interviewed. They don't want to talk to you.
Were you just trying to be a helpful guy?
Yeah, he was trying to be helpful. Leave him alone.
Can I ask, did you know the girls? You didn't know them?
You don't know them. They're perfect strangers.
School fight. That's all.
See?
I'm sorry, what?
School fight. I saw it.
Oh, a school fight at the Holy High School.
Fight.
Yeah. And you just wanted to stop and make sure that nobody got hurt?
Of course.
Of course.
That's it.
Were they okay? Were they okay?
I'm hoping so.
Yeah? What can I ask what happened? They were just fighting and you just pulled them apart?
It's a schoolyard fight.
Yeah.
It's a schoolyard fight.
They're all good though. What's your message to the girls? Stay cool?
Stay cool.
Thank you.
See, look at, man. Come on, Jay. Come on, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Stay cool. Now he could have thrown in the other one, stay cool and, be cool and stay in school. But now look, I know what y'all thinking. Okay. I know what y'all thinking. I ain't even got to read the comments. I know y'all sitting here thinking this was staged. How convenient. This brother breaking up a high school fight at the same time when he got a domestic violence case right after the very next couple of days. I would be lying if I said this didn't have Juicy Smollett vibes all over it. I'd be lying. Y'all remember what Smollett was doing? He was out there in Chicago, 2:00 in the morning, trying to get some sandwiches. Let me tell you something. I live out here. I've been in Chicago I've been downtown where he was at late at night next to the lake. So cold in Chicago by the lake is a different type of cold when you outside away from the lake. You don't go out for some sandwiches in the middle of the night for anything. Not like that, unless you clubbing or something. Now, Jonathan Majors could absolutely have just so happened to be eating at In-N-Out Burger. People eat all the time. My question is, do you not have a team? I'm wondering. I'm just wondering, does Jonathan Majors roam the streets of LA by himself? You don't have a crew, you don't have security. You just walk around LA by yourself? I mean, because if you do, I'm nervous for you. I'm nervous for you just as a human being, because as a celebrity, we know folks can be crazy. So I'm already kind of suspicious of the fact that you by yourself, completely by yourself. Second, and I haven't been to it, I've only walked into an In-N-Out Burger. They ain't got no drive-through. Why are you walking to an In-N-Out Burger? Because clearly he was walking right back to his car. How did TMZ catch him so fast? Was that the same? Let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure. Let me look at it because I only watched this like once. So I just want to see, was he wearing the same thing? Let's see. When they came, what was he? Okay, so the white and the gray and the black. Okay. So we know he got the hat. Hold on, brother. Was you? So you mean to tell me? Okay, maybe these are two different videos. Okay, this might have been two different videos. So maybe TMZ happened to be there after the fight, and then maybe they got the actual fight from one of the girls or whatever on their phone after. Maybe that's what happened. Okay. Either way, the timing does not help. And I'm going to add one other element to this. I'm going to add one other element because, again, I know how easy it is to look at this and to say it looks sus. I understand. But I'm going to say this too. If Jonathan Majors did not have a pending court case right now, all of us would be like, look at Jonathan Majors. Oh my God, this dude is such a hero on and off the screen. He is such a kind soul. Let's go, Jonathan Majors. Let's not front. Let us not front. Do not fronteth. Okay? If we knew, if there was no court case and we saw this brother getting in the middle of stopping a fight, we would all be like, that's my boy. That's my boy right there. That's my boy. So, all I'm going to say is, I'm not going to say Jonathan Majors is not a good guy that would be willing to break up a fight. I'm also not going to say that this looks mighty sus and it's mighty convenient at this time while on trial for alleged domestic violence. You just so happen to find some women that happen to be fighting and you stopping the violence. Just saying. Just saying. I saw somebody say online, his new PR team did a hell of a job of changing the Google SEO. Because if you look up Jonathan Majors hits girl, you're not going to see his case come up. You're going to see Jonathan Majors stopping high school girl fights. And I was just like, yo, that's mad brilliant right there. Like if this is a PR stunt, I'm not going to, that's smart. That's smart. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. Y'all let me know, what did you think about the video? What did you think about this situation? Do you believe that Jonathan Majors was just being kind-hearted, saw some trouble, and was literally just trying to stop it. I mean, listen, I've stopped fights before. It was nothing major. Like I've seen kids fighting, like on the playground or something. I mean, I ain't get involved. I just pull up on my car and be like, "Hey, yo, stop. Hey, y'all, chill out," and they just stop. But it does happen. Or do you think there was something more involved? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments. All right. Well, dang. Okay, y'all got some stuff. Okay. Here. Why you look like he left with speakeasy? He always dressed like that though. That's the weird thing. Like this is how he dressed. Like have y'all seen how he dressed up even in court and stuff? So yeah, he does. That's a good one. He does look like that. Let's see, Natalie, what you got? This extra hat and the planned paparazzi. Listen, maybe TMZ be around everywhere. I'm just, it is LA. TMZ be everywhere. Maybe they just, maybe they was at In-N-Out Burger too. Maybe, maybe. Thank you for that. Angel, what you got, bro? That fight looked like one of those training videos you see at work before they show the pot scene. Sad part is you hear someone say, "Who is he?" Yeah, that. I mean, I know. I don't know if I know Jonathan Major's star is on the rise. And I would have to imagine that if you live in LA, and I'm just guessing, so if there's anyone that lives in LA, California, maybe y'all could speak to this. But I would imagine that people that live in LA probably have a little bit more awareness of famous people than average day people out here. Like I get the impression that, if Jonathan Majors walked the streets of Chicago, 1 out of 10 people would be like, "Hey," but I would think maybe in LA you get like 3 or 4 out of 10 people be like, "Hey," So the fact that nobody really recognized them, it's a little sus. That's it's a little shaky, right? But you're not wrong with that description. It did look like a after school special right there. With like, "Hey kids, fighting is never the answer. Be cool and stay in school." It did kind of get those vibes. You right with that. Let's see, JN, what you got? He looks like a granddad who was a number runner. Yeah, listen, the outfit is definitely giving old school vibes. And listen, my man is just touched. He got an old soul. Okay, he got an old soul. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. Angel, no one is in Cali gets off the line at In-N-Out. I guess. Now, listen, I only went to In-N-Out one time. I only went there one time. I walked in. I did see the drive-thru. I saw somebody mention that the drive-thru is kind of crazy, but I'm just saying, as a celebrity, I wouldn't want to get out of my car. That's the only reason I'm like, why were you walking in? Because I'm like, as a celebrity, and by the way, not just any celebrity, but with a celebrity that has their name currently being dragged. Because let's not forget, everybody's not supporting blindly Jonathan Majors. He's not getting blind support. There are people out there that do not like him because they've already said that he's guilty. They already feel like he's a woman beater and stuff. So to me, I'm like, man, before my court case is even resolved, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable if I were in his shoes just being all out there like that. I probably would have just been like, well, I got to be in line, have my tinted windows rolled up, and that's just what it is, but I don't know. That's just my thought. That's the reason. But I understand what you're coming from. I do. Zia, what you got? Atticus and TMZ just happened to be there. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Let's see, Puma. I knew that shirt was part of the JM store. I mean, listen, Maybe. I don't know. Listen, it was just convenient. It was all convenient. But thank you for that. Tyra, he 1000% wore his clothes, his own clothes for Lovecraft Country. Yes, I think he did. I don't think he needed any help. I don't think he needed no help. He was like, oh, we do a 1950. Oh, okay. I got it. No. I'll show up. I'll be fine. Yep. No, I don't need wardrobe. No help. I'll be ready. I think you're right on that. Thank you so much. Mo Better. I've been told In-N-Outs is overrated. Listen, I had my one experience with them, and it came with mixed results. I was told, go to In-N-Out. In-N-Out is so great. It's so fire. Listen, the burger was good. The burger was good. Them fries, why do y'all fry cardboard? That was the most disgusting set of fries. I never knew you could mess up fries. Who messes up fries? How do you mess up fries? Why are the fries so terrible? I'm eating these fries. I'm like, is this paper? Like, it's nasty. Y'all don't put no salt on y'all fries? No seasoning? Nothing? Ugh. No. So, In-N-Out Burger, listen, the burgers, sure, good. Not the best, but they're good. Them fries, hell no. I don't know why Californians, y'all ain't got no taste buds, but hell to the no. Y'all will lose y'all minds if y'all go come to Chicago to get some fries. I'll show you 3 little joints. Ain't even got no real names. They got some fries that'll blow your mind. Y'all ever had garlic fries? Y'all ever had fries with mild sauce? Y'all don't know. I'm sorry, that's too advanced for some of y'all. That's too much. I'm sorry. That y'all not. Everybody ain't ready for all that. Let me pull it back. Sprinkle a little salt on your fries. Just it might rock your world. Just a little bit of salt. Call me later. Let me know. Anyway, let's see. Okay, so we are going to stick on the Jonathan Majors situation. So, as you guys know, Jonathan Majors still has a trial going on with his domestic violence case. And we do have a couple of updates that have gone on with this. Now, today was supposed to be the day of his trial. And for any one of you that are like, what do you mean? What's going on with Jonathan Majors in this trial? Go on back. I got plenty of videos going through everything from the very beginning, detailing what we know, what we don't know, and just kind of going through the case as it's gone through, right? So if you want to know more about it, go ahead. But just a quick briefing. Jonathan Majors was reported or is being charged with harassment and a second degree, third degree of assault or something of that nature. And basically, the charge from the DA, the New York DA, is that Jonathan Majors put hands on Grace Jabari. That was his ex-girlfriend at the time. And the charge was that, he broke her middle finger and he caused a laceration or a cut or something on her ear, on her right ear. Now, Jonathan Majors has flipped the script and was like, nah, actually, she's the one that did all of this stuff. And he pressed charges against her. And we'll go through all of that because we got some new evidence here. Yeah, so it's been a lot of he said, she said type of stuff. But we've seen videos so far from Jonathan Majors' attorney. We've seen Miss Jabari out there clubbing. We've seen her, ordering drinks and stuff with the appearance that her finger is just fine. So the defense has basically tried to be like, yo, we don't even need to be here. Like all this talk about him, he's completely innocent. But then, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago, the DA finally submitted their bit of evidence. And it wasn't just a little bit, it was a whole big old supposed 2 terabyte hard drive of evidence that they submitted very, very close to the deadline. And because of that, it caused the defense to be like, whoa, wait a minute. You giving us all this stuff, because they have to share the evidence. You can't just come out in court and surprise people and be like, aha, here, we got this. You have to give the defense time to evaluate it and look it over so they can build their case against it, right? And that caused the case to be further delayed and pushed back. All right, cool. So now today, today was supposed to be the day that we were actually going to have the case go through after the defense has gone through everything. But y'all, it seems like this is not going to turn out the way some people thought. So while today was going to be the day, apparently that was not the case, because now Jonathan Majors' case has been pushed one more time, and this time the defense is motioning to dismiss the file, to dismiss the case. Excuse me. It says Jonathan Majors' trial on domestic violence charges once again has been delayed, but a motion by his team has been filed to dismiss the matter. Now, no ruling on the motion was issued Friday by Judge Gaffey, but the criminal court judge has told the DA's office that they have until October 6th to respond to the defense's motion. The defense have to reply by October 13th, which with the judge making a ruling by October 25th. So, in other words, the DA gave this last minute evidence, this big old 2 terabyte hard drive, and submitted it with like a month to go or something, which was very last minute. But the defense, after getting an extension, was like, wait a minute, something is amiss. This don't smell right. We want this to be tossed out. Dismiss the whole case. Now, I'm going to go into more detail as to why they want to dismiss everything. But we do have some things now that says, yo, by October 6th, the DA has the decision to go ahead and just release it. They could be like, all right, you know what? All right, we done. We're good here. It's not going to happen. All right, cool. And the 13th, the defense can, file another motion or do whatever they need to do after that. But the judge, one way or another, is going to decide something on October 25th. So we have our deadline at that point. This gets juicy. So let's get into this. We're going to get into what happened with his defense, with Jonathan Majors' defense. It says here, after Majors' defense attorneys, they filed a motion on September 12th, so just a couple days ago, to dismiss the entire matter. The filing centers on the DA's office's alleged multifaceted failure to hand over highly significant discovery due to the defense in a timely or practical fashion. Now, the way I read that is, it sounds like the DA is saying there was something in your evidence that you presented. Okay, so his defense lawyers are saying, you, the prosecutor, y'all had something very important in there, and you did not turn this in a timely manner. And because of that, we want this all dismissed. Now, what that juicy evidence is, we'll talk about that a little bit later, but this is something that's kind of leaning towards the defense. The defense believes that they got something here. It says here, from the beginning of this case, the people have had incontrovertible evidence that Jonathan Majors is innocent of these charges, that Grace Jabari was not injured by him at all, and that Mr. Majors is the real victim of several crimes perpetrated by Ms. Jabari. This is coming from the filing from Jonathan Majors' case, from his lawyers. And it says here that Majors has been denied his right to a speedy trial. Now, why is that important? Because the longer this trial goes on, the more damage goes to his image, the more jobs he's not going to get, the more he's basically going to be hurt, because they believe that he should be hurried up and exonerated in a quick fashion, because that's what they believe based off of the evidence that they have. So right now, it does sound like that this is based off of a technicality. Well, it's not because we have this rock hard evidence, but it's because y'all just didn't do this in a timely fashion. Now, I don't know, because I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if there are any stipulations on how soon or certain deadlines on turning in evidence, because I'm imagining if something comes up and it's new, the whole point is you got to give people time to just prepare. And people have had time. They've delayed the case because of that. But nevertheless, there is a little bit more as to what they're talking about. We will get into that. But it says here, in fact, according to the filing, in fact, the NYPD has determined that there is probable cause to arrest Grace Jabari for the crimes she committed against Mr. Majors. But rather than dismissing the false charges against an innocent black man, there goes that race card, the people instead have willfully withheld evidence of his innocence, buried evidence proving that his white accuser is lying. Double hit with the race card, and interfered with the NYPD's attempt to investigate and arrest Miss Jabari. Whoa. So in other words, the prosecution, Jonathan Majors' lawyer is saying that the prosecutors, the DA, had compelling evidence that probably will free or exonerate Jonathan Majors. And they sat on it. This is, again, one side is talking. Okay, let's keep that in mind. You're only hearing the defense's side. All right, that's the only people that's willing to talk. So let's be clear about that. But that's a hell of a charge. That's a hell of a thing to say, that the offense, the prosecutors, had compelling evidence and they sat on it and didn't want to show that. Because if they have evidence that proves that he is actually innocent, and you cause this delay, that's hurting him. And that's hurting potentially an innocent man. So that's a problem. Now, we do actually have, and shout out to this website, Insider, because they are going in on making sure they go deep into this case, because all the other big outlets, I have not seen them go that far into it. But we're going to get more information on what the DA was actually sitting on. And I want to remind y'all about this, by the way. Remember, I've told y'all time and like literally in every video, I've told y'all we don't have all the information yet. We don't know what the prosecution has yet. We don't know how they're going to do stuff, how they're going to argue things. All we have been hearing is one side, which is Jonathan Majors' case's side, right? And this is one of the main reasons why I've really tried to avoid jumping to any conclusions, because I don't have all the information. But we are getting new evidence, because now that the prosecution has turned over all of their evidence, this is that means that the defense now knows what the prosecution is going to work with, and they can start formulating a defense. I told y'all this before. We only saw some of the videos that were released from the defense. Now there's more video, and this video came from the prosecution. Like I said, this is why you got to wait for stuff before you make up your mind, so you have the whole picture. So I do have the video. We are going to play it. But let's get into it, because way more detailed with this new evidence that's going on. It says here the Jonathan Majors assault case, Grace Jabari appears unharmed in exclusive video that Marvel Star says the DA hid. So let's go through the main parts. It says Jonathan Majors have sent his lawyers have sent the judge in this Manhattan domestic violence case new video that they say shows his ex-girlfriend unharmed just 8 minutes after he allegedly hit her. This clip shows the sobbing, pacing woman using her right hand to hold a cell phone, to put on and take off a heavy coat, and to pull her long hair in and out of a bun. This, despite the fractured middle finger prosecutors allege Majors had just caused her by twisting her hand. All right. So here is the video. Let me get it up here. So we have the video here, and I'm only gonna read. I'm gonna read as y'all watch because the video is a little long, right? And you can't really make out a lot of the audio from it. But basically, this is gonna be video of Grace Jabari. She's out there. She's talking to like these three strangers or whatever, and this is right after her altercation with Jonathan Majors. And Jonathan Majors is walking up and down the street or whatever. You won't see him until the very end. But he like literally just bypasses her, like doesn't even pay her no mind. But the point that's being made here is the fact that his the claim that her finger was hurt and that her ear or whatever was like lacerated and all this stuff, basically that harm was made to her. The defense is saying when you watch this video, this is not hours after the fact, this is right after 8 minutes. So if your finger is fractured, you would say something, you would feel something, something would happen. That's what the defense is trying to show here with this. And they're saying that the DA hid this, they hid this video in all their other evidence. So they could kind of say, oh, we showed it to you, but you have to look through 5 million gigs worth of stuff, whatever. But while y'all watch this, I'm going to read the rest of the article that kind of describes what's going on. So it says here, the clip shows the sobbing, pacing woman using her right hand to hold a cell phone. Okay, yeah, we went through that already. It says the video is a key exhibit in the defense lawyer's latest effort to actually, let me make this bigger. Y'all don't need to see me. There we go. There we go. Okay. It says the video is a key exhibit in the defense lawyer's latest effort to get the career-threatening misdemeanor case thrown out of court, this time on the argument that prosecutors allegedly hid the evidence that helps to clear the Disney actor. Rather than flagging that video as state evidence law requires, prosecutors sat on the video for almost 4 months and then buried it in over 2 terabytes of discovery. Y'all just saw she used her hand to go over her hair or whatever. She's taking her coat off. Supposedly her right hand, her right middle finger is fractured. That is the accusation. And this is the video just 8 minutes after the fact. Y'all just saw that, right? Okay. So because of this video, this is why Jonathan Majors' lawyer is trying to get this thrown out. In the video, it says she can be heard in the March 25th video telling these 3 strangers that she is Jonathan Majors' girlfriend. One of the guys is like, oh, no way. One of the men responded that way, and that she told them that she left her phone and purse in their car, in Jonathan Majors' car, after they fought and the actor ran off. It says here that Ms. Jabari was not only completely unharmed, but was describing what had just happened by repeatedly insisting that Mr. Majors had text from another woman on his phone and making no reference to suffering physical violence of any sort. So, according to Jonathan Majors' lawyer, and according to this video, she's telling these people that she is Jonathan Majors' girlfriend, that her phone and bag or whatever is in his car, and at no time is she even mentioning that she's hurt in any way. So I believe that the defense is probably saying, in any reasonable situation, if somebody had a whole fractured finger and a cut on their ear, they would be talking about it, or they would at least be showing it. Okay, so that's what this video. I would play the audio, but the audio is kind of hard to hear, so that's why I'm just playing it and reading the description about it. But it's very hard to make out. So I'm pretty sure in the court they got better equipment to make it better. But it says here there is a Jonathan Majors does make a cameo appearance in this video a little bit later on, and he is looking for the driver. Okay, so in this video he's looking for the driver, and he says nothing as he walks past the group of people on the sidewalk. He's just like, yo, man, whatever. He ignores Grace Jabari, even though she's asking him, where's my bag? Where's my bag? It's in the car. Now, before parting ways for the night, Jabari and Majors, they do fight for another 5 minutes, though always in the presence of security cameras and eyewitnesses, including those same 3 strangers that y'all see and the driver. Okay, so once again, what you're currently seeing is 8 minutes after the alleged fracturing of her finger and the injuring of her ear. And according to this video and the defense, she doesn't talk about any of that. It does not appear as though she is demonstrating any type of actual injury. There's that. Jonathan Majors clearly walked by and was just like, whatever, like paying her no mind. And those 3 individuals, like, even though this is the end of the video, okay, so that's the end of the video. Jonathan Majors was just like, whatever, he's going to the driver. After that point, those 3 people, plus you saw a lot of people on the street, Grace and Jonathan still kept fighting, and everybody else was still there. Now we're going to get into more detail about what happened while they were fighting after you saw the camera stuff. It says at no point, there we go. At no point in those final 5 minutes did Major strike Jabari, according to his lawyer. Instead, video shows Miss Jabari wildly grabbing and clawing at him, ripping off his coat buttons and tearing his coat pocket in the process. That left the actor with scratches on his arm and face, according to the lawyers. And this, by the way, is what Jonathan Majors submitted to police. As you can see here, there is blood on his face. This is what he submitted as evidence to the police, and this is now submitted in the court documents as Grace Jabari being the aggressor, being the violent one, according, to his report. It says here also that Jabari then left with the 3 strangers for 2 hours of drinking and dancing at Lucy's nightclub in the lower levels of Moxie Hotel on the Bowery and Lower Manhattan. We've seen these videos already. This is the video of basically her at the bar, ordering drinks, using her phone. The same hand, by the way, that allegedly was fractured. The finger was fractured. It says additional video newly filed by Jonathan Majors' lawyers singles out one moment showing Jabari being led and twirled ballroom dance style by her supposedly broken finger. So, once again, this is why I talk about wait for that new evidence. So, once the prosecution has brought in the evidence, once all cards have been shown on the table, the defense is saying, according to this other video, you got your girl out there with her broken finger, broken hand, getting twirled about. So somebody grabbed her hand, twirled her around like in a dance, in a ballroom dance, and apparently she looked unharmed. But that's not all. There is more. The lawyer says prosecutors failed to flag still more evidence favorable to Majors. The lawyer alleges, including statements by the driver who witnessed the couple's midnight fight. The driver told prosecutors that Miss Jabari was the obvious aggressor in the altercation with Majors and went so far as to characterize Miss Jabari as psycho girl in speaking to prosecutors. Prosecutors also waited until only a month ago to interview the Bellevue Hospital ER physician who early the next afternoon treated Jabari's broken finger and cut ear. Wait for this. Wait for this. So I'm going to set this up for y'all. Jabari she did have a broken finger and she did have a cut on her ear. Okay? She does have injuries. But remember, the charge is whether Jonathan Majors caused that or not. So let's go back to the scene. When the NYPD showed up, they found Grace Jabari in Jonathan Majors' apartment. She had these injuries. Maybe they were coaching her and being like, did this guy do this to you or not? Even though Jonathan Majors is the one that called police, he is the one that pressed charges. But they saw an injured woman in this guy's room and they arrested him. Okay, so I want to make it very clear there are actual injuries. Whether Jonathan Majors did it or not, that is what the prosecution needs to prove. But just like according to what his lawyer said, the prosecution waited a long time before they actually interviewed the doctor that treated Grace Jabari. Y'all, you need to listen to what this doctor said because it's a doozy. Majors contends that Jabari had sustained those injuries not while fighting with him, but in a drunken fall after returning alone to his 3-story penthouse apartment. The physician, Dr. William K. Chiang, supports that scenario. He told prosecutors that a fracture like the one Miss Jabari sustained on her finger is commonly found in patients who have had direct trauma, usually found from hitting an object or from falling. The physician said, yeah, when I see stuff like this, it's from somebody who hit their hand or fell down. And that's what Jonathan Majors said. So in other words, at least going off of what this sounds like the doctor who treated this woman is supporting the claim that Jonathan Majors made about her. It gets better. It gets a little bit more detailed. Prosecutors allege Majors broke Jabari's finger while trying to pry his cell phone out of her hand. Okay, so this is what they're saying. They're saying He broke her finger by trying to rip that cell phone out of her hand. But when asked if the fracture was consistent with pulling and grabbing or twisting a hand or finger, Dr. Chang stated it was medically possible but uncommon. So, the doctor, who's an expert at this stuff, said maybe that could happen, but not likely. Maybe grabbing a phone could fracture a finger, but not likely. What's more likely is somebody would fall or have some sort of trauma. So it does not sound like the doctor's testimony or statement is fully supporting the charge from the DA. And it does sound like it's backing up a little bit more the accusation Jonathan Majors alleged against her. So the defense is alleging that Manhattan prosecutors tried and failed to get the NYPD to drop a cross complaint that Majors filed back in June. Once again, there you go. That's the image, because Majors said, no, she attacked me. Okay. And the NYPD apparently didn't follow through with it at first. And the defense is saying that the DA was trying to interfere with that. Okay. It says here police in two precincts have agreed that there is probable cause for arresting Jabari for allegedly slapping and scratching Majors on the street, then running up his credit card and stealing valuables from his penthouse while he was under arrest. But let me just make that clear. Grace Jabari was not arrested. I saw a lot of people going out there with a lot of fake news because y'all just didn't read. Grace Jabari was not arrested. The police said that they have cause. They have probable cause to arrest her. No, she did not run away from the law. She lives in London. She lives in England. She was here working on Ant-Man 3, so she went back home. She was home. It wasn't until after the fact when they looked at all the statements from Jonathan Majors that they was like, yeah, actually, based off of this, if she were here, we could go arrest her. Okay, so let's get those kind of facts straight so far. I know a lot of people want the big headlines and the flashing. Oh, she's arrested. Oh, it's over. She didn't get arrested. If she come back, she might. But that's not what happened. It says here, but prosecutors, according to Jonathan Majors' lawyer, prosecutors tried to convince a 10th precinct detective not to arrest Jabari when she returns to the U.S., an effort the detective rebuffed. Now, I can't say that this is so fishy because prosecutors and police work together all the time, right? Police go out there, they go get the evidence, they go, build up the case, and then basically the prosecutors, they go and try the case. So they do have a functional working relationship. So it's not out of the question to understand or to see that when the prosecution, because keep in mind, it's not Grace Jabari that's like filing this case. The DA has filed this case on her behalf. Like they have taken that ball and run with it. And because the DA is doing this, it would not look good for their case if the police were to arrest the person that is their victim, allegedly. So that makes sense. I get that. Goes on here and says the detective is still attempting to organize her surrender with her representative. So the police are still trying to go and get Grace Jabari. Now, what you see here, let me make it a little bigger for you. This is actually Jonathan Majors, again, showing the scratches on his arm from the incident. Okay. It says here it was jealousy that set Jabari off, according to Majors's lawyers. Whipped up by the 6 alcoholic drinks she had consumed that night, she immediately flew into a savage rage in the car after seeing a text on Major's phone that she believed showed him to be unfaithful. In the apartment, she attempted to call him no less than 32 times, sent him imploring text messages, begging for him to call, then switched to angry texts and jealous text messages about his purported infidelity. And then, when these tactics proved fruitless, she dropped the ultimate bomb and threatened suicide just before 8 a.m. Now, the reason why I think that this is compelling is because these are things that can be proven, right? You don't just come up and say, like, oh, well, they sent the text. No, we can go see the text. We can see the call records. We can see and read those type of things, So all I'm saying is, for the defense, it sounds like they're backing their stuff up and the timelines are matching, and the witness testimonies, they don't sound like they're backing up the prosecution as being reported. Doesn't sound like that. But apparently there's more. There's even more. At 8 a.m., Jabari reached out to a friend in England, sending photos of her new injuries and confessing that she did not know how she hurt herself. This is from a new filing that was revealed. Jabari also admitted she had been really scrappy with Majors during their earlier fight. This, again, the new evidence cited by Majors' lawyers. Ugh. It doesn't really help. It doesn't help your case. If you're admitting to violence, if you're admitting that you don't know where these things came from, your injuries, which, by the way, coincides with what we heard earlier about the police asking her, did he do it? Did this, like, if she didn't know, and if the injuries, according to the doctor, don't seem commonplace for how they occurred, I don't know. At 9 a.m., Mr. Majors awoke to find his face stuck to the pillow, to the hotel pillow, with dried blood from the large gash delivered by Ms. Jabari's fingernails in the car. And that is a picture of the blood-stained pillow as well. It says Mr. Majors called 911, and the first terrified words out of his mouth were attempted suicide. Remember, Grace Jabari tried to pull the suicide card, and that is what prompted Majors to call 911 in the first place, to help her out, according to the lawyer. Now, in fairness, a spokesperson for the DA's office told Insider, "We will respond in court filings." And that is all she wrote for now. Wow. So we have new video. We have more of the testimony. We ain't never heard from the doctor. That's different. And we never heard the driver call Grace Jabari a psycho girl. I'm just saying, it's not painting a good picture for the prosecution. Now, I'm going to stick with my guns here. We still don't know what the prosecution thinks that they're going to. We don't know what they're going to use. But the defense is doing a pretty good job right now in building up his case from what I've seen. I'm going to fully acknowledge that I don't know the full picture. Maybe we haven't seen the full evidence, and we're only hearing one side of the story. But here's something else I've been saying from the jump. Jonathan Majors is not fighting this only case. This is not his only trial. Yes, he is fighting in the courts for his innocence, but he's also fighting in the court of public opinion. And I would say, based off of this information, this is a very good way to build up the case in public opinion to be like, this looks like he's winning in that case. Now, is this enough to win in the actual court? I don't know. Maybe by making all this evidence and this video public, because keep in mind, lawyers use the public, us, and our reaction as a tool, right? They sit here and they say, like, yo, do you really want this to blow up? Yo, do you hear the people out there cheering? Yo, do you see all the reaction online? We are also being manipulated. Okay. So don't I hope y'all don't let that get past y'all. Okay. You are also being manipulated in this case by his lawyers. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. I'm just saying there's a reason why we're getting this information publicly made known so that we can react to it. Okay. And that reaction is something that can have obvious or hopeful benefits for Jonathan Majors. I'm not saying it's good or wrong or bad. I'm just saying it is what it is. So right now, the defense is doing their job. They are doing their job. Okay. They are putting the evidence in the public sphere. They are putting all the messages. They are controlling the narrative. Y'all don't see me reporting. I'm going to report on whatever I see out there. I have not seen the prosecution say anything. The prosecution, you saw what they just said. We're going to report, we'll respond in our court filing. The prosecution is not looking for TV cameras. They're not looking for reporters. They're not trying to be on social media. I don't know what the prosecution is hiding. I do know, based off of this new motion that the defense has just put in, the defense is like, yo, dismiss this. Here's what you need to pay attention to. On October 6th, you need to see, and we'll keep an eye on this, we need to see, is the DA going to fold? If the DA does not fold on October 6th, that means they got something else up their sleeve. So all I'm saying is, even though we've seen a lot of compelling evidence, and I'm not going to lie, this is compelling. If the DA is still like, nah, we still going to fight this, that means that they got something else. I don't know what. I don't know what they have that can go against all the stuff that we just so happen to see and read. But that's going to be a very important date. And we will have to see where they go with it. So, guys, that's it for the latest new evidence for Jonathan Majors' case. You guys let me know. What do you think about it? Has this changed your perception at all? Do you still want to wait for more evidence? Are you already convinced? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Whoa, man, this is getting weird. Boy, this Lifetime movie is going to be on point. I'm telling you, there's going to be some. I want to see the Lifetime movie with Jonathan Majors. And if they don't have the breakup of the In-N-Out burger fight, I don't want to see it. Like, throw it away. I need to see all of this on TV, reenacted. And I'm going to do a review on it. Please, Lifetime, if you can hear me, please put all of this together. Please. My man Puma. Okay, now Puma. Yes, October 6th. There you go. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. See, you was getting ahead of me, bro. I can't, you can't get ahead of me because then, I'm trying to build up the story, But thank you for that. Jared, thank you so much. Damn. No, that was damn. Kevin Hart's voice. Yeah. Listen, I was reading all this stuff and I was like, ooh, damn. Like, yeah. Hey, Jonathan Majors is getting his money's worth with his defense. They are doing their job. So it is what it is. It is. Jared, back at it. Thank you so much. Kind of interesting that the deadline for dismissing the case is October 6th, same day as Loki season 2 premieres. Maybe. But even though it's interesting, we already know what's going to happen, right? Disney is still going through. They still doing their thing. They not backing off. So, if anything, it might actually give it a little more bump. Jonathan Majors' name is in the news and Loki's debuting. I don't know. Maybe it works for the better. We'll see. All right, guys, that is all I have for tonight. My goodness, that was a lot, but I want to thank y'all so much, as always, for taking the time to be here and to hang out with your boy. I really, really, really do appreciate it. I want to say, what else? What do we have? So we do have next Wednesday, we will be doing more of Ahsoka. I got to figure out what the next show is that I want to cover for y'all. I think I'm not going to say it because I know there's some people that watch me and then they'll be like, ooh, we're going to take that idea. No, y'all not going to beat me on this. So I am going to find something else that I have been watching. It's been very surprising. It's very bloody. And I think I might be covering it. Real quick, I started watching, shout out to whoever, I think it was my man Maurice. Shout out to you, my brother. Put me on The Chosen on Netflix. Listen, I don't really like watching it, despite my personal Christian faith, despite my, years in seminary school. I don't really like watching faith-based movies or TV shows. They come off kind of corny and cheesy and kind of whack. But The Chosen, I like that show. That's actually a really good show. Like, I'm watching this thing. It's on Netflix. They only got one season, and supposedly they're very popular. I had no idea. But if you're remotely interested in this show, it's a show mainly about the followers of Jesus. And it's not like Jesus is in it, but he's not really like the main focus. Like, it's the followers that are the focus. But what I like about it is it actually puts them in a very non-preachy, humane light. Like, it makes them look like regular average people, But anyway, I like the show. I'm going in on it. I like it. So if anybody else is interested, feel free to check it out. If you have seen it, let me know. Yes, here, am I watching Changeling? I've seen Changeling and I don't like it. I've seen it all. Watched it. It starts off beautifully, beautiful. It is so interesting, and then all of a sudden it gets I lost interest at the end. By episode 6 or 7, goes straight downhill. So I am good on that. No, thank you. Pass on Changeling. Y'all have fun with it, but I just don't think it lands I don't think it sticks the landing. Raymond, yes, actually, there are some black people in The Chosen. I was shocked. I was like, wait a minute. Y'all actually got black people. Listen, they got people from Ethiopia. They got some Egyptians in there. I was like, yo, everybody's not just white. What? Like, they actually got Middle Eastern actors and accents. And I was like, yo, I think y'all understood the assignment. So yes, I do like The Chosen so far. Hey, listen, go, good luck. Good luck. If you like it, cool. But I was hooked on Changeling for those first couple episodes, there was a lot of mystery. There was a lot of sci-fi. I'm like, yo, is this sci-fi? Is this supernatural? What is going on? And then by the time we got to the end, I was like, what is happening? And like, not in a good way. I was just like, I don't know if this is really happening. I don't know if this is in their mind. I don't know if this is allegory. I don't know what the hell episode 7 was about. Episode 7 was the weirdest. I was like, nah, I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. But if you like it, good luck. I hope you have a better experience than I did. I hope. Puma, what you say? I gave you that show. It's on Peacock, up 3 seasons. Chosen? Are you talking about Chosen? Did you tell me about it? If you did, that's great. Okay, thank you. Shout out to you too. Yes, I am. If you're talking about the Clarence movie, yes, I will be watching that, Book of Clarence. Yes. I gotta make those separate clips because I actually talked about this in the last live. So I gotta clip those and make that out. No, I am not gonna watch One Piece. I'm like 39 episodes into the anime, and I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen the appeal yet. So the live action has not really gotten me yet. Have I seen Cowboy? No, I have not seen it yet. I've heard good things, so I'm gonna wait for it so I can stream it so I can watch it. But I've heard it's really good. So thank you for reminding me about it. I do want to see it. Let's see. I have heard that One Piece is fire, so I believe y'all. It's just it just hasn't grabbed me. That's all. Nisi, thank you so much. Off topic, but I loved your contribution to the From panel on Tony Teflon. Oh, thank you so much, Nisi. I appreciate that. Look, Tony is really cool. I'm looking forward to maybe we'll do another collab. Like when season 3 comes, listen, season 3 of From, we about to go in. Whatever they about to do, we're gonna go in. And I still need to do episode 10 of season 1 because I just found something out that might blow some people's minds. Like, I gotta make another theory video for y'all. It's one of those things where you go back and rewatch the old episodes, but things make more sense for what happens in season 2. So yeah, I'm about to show something that I think a lot of people completely missed and might blow your mind. So stay tuned, and yeah, maybe somewhere down the line, me and Tony can hook up again and get that going. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. Let's see. Yes, yeah, for a long time now. For a long time. Voltes V, what is Legacy? Okay, live action remake of the mecha anime. Interesting. I don't really like mecha shows though. Like, I'm not, like the Voltrons and all that stuff. Like, I don't really like, it's just never really appealed to me like that. I don't know. Let's see. Ooh, listen, I'm gonna cut this off before 3 hours. I said I was not gonna make 3 hours. Y'all not gonna trap me here now. Okay, I'm not gonna, no, not gonna be it. Biblical accuracy is a thing for me. For me too. Like, obviously, it is not something I take lightly. I like that Noah movie that came out with Russell Crowe. I hated that because, first of all, you got a director that's an atheist, so you have it's not like you're agnostic. You are an atheist, which means you don't believe there is a God. You don't believe in supernatural things. And then you're going to make a movie about a supernatural situation. The misunderstanding, the inaccuracies were terrible. I'm like, bro, just don't do the movie. Like, it's fine. You can believe or not believe what you want, but like, don't go make the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense. It's like having a KKK person, a KKK follower go make a movie about Martin Luther King Jr. Like, no, you don't need to be touching that movie. Okay, you don't need to touch that topic because what you know about black people, So anyway, biblical accuracy is also big for me, but so far in The Chosen, it seems pretty accurate. Now, they do use a lot of creative liberties filling in the gaps with stuff, but nothing that really, in my opinion, contradicts what the Bible says. So, for example, there's a verse about how Peter was willing to, like, go at the soldiers and stuff. So they kind of show you Peter's ready to scrap. Like, at all points, Peter will scrap. So they do stuff like that. It's entertaining. I'm just saying that. It's entertaining. Let's see. Busy, what you got? Just because I love your commitment aspect. Oh, I got you. Thank you, Busy. I appreciate you. Listen, I'll add it to the list. But thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Puma, what you got? I just love the way they bring the Bible to life. Yes, actually, they really do. Like I said, I don't like preachy, cheesy, faith-based stuff because to me, I roll my eyes to that stuff, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, what's the point? Like if you like, who are you even making this movie or this TV show for? If you doing some stuff and it's all cheesy and you're just doing it just to feel the spirit, like you're not gonna convert nobody. You're not gonna tell me nothing new. You're not even entertaining. Like, I don't want to see that. But The Chosen, to be honest, I don't even think you need to be a believer to enjoy it. I think you could watch it and kind of be like, this is all right. Well, I ain't saying anybody gonna change their life or nothing, but I was like, this is actually kind of cool. No, we should not. I'm sorry. I violated that. We really shouldn't, but it was terrible. That was terrible. I hated that movie with a passion. Jay, we got 5 minutes. We got 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Let's see. Jay Bling, going back to your Deadpool 3 comments. The other thing that could go wrong, aside from leaving it in the oven too long, is too many secret ingredients. You know what? You're not wrong about that, because there has been a lot of talk about all these cameos that could happen. So it is possible that they can go too cameo heavy and maybe not focus on the story, right? Now, I do believe that you at least have Ryan Reynolds, who did cameos in the last movie, and it didn't hurt. It was actually kind of funny, right? So I think Ryan Reynolds knows how to handle cameos better than Doctor Strange 2 was able to handle cameos. Like, don't just be bringing people in, trying to make us think they part of the story, but then you waste them and it's not even important. No. Now, if you want to bring a cameo in as a joke, I'm cool with that. Brad Pitt, the X-Men, I'm fine with that. But don't come in here and waste our time with it. Flash, bringing in Superman. Why are you bringing in Superman? What's Superman got to do with the Speed Force and time being ripped apart? It don't make no sense. It does not make sense. So yes, you're totally right on that. That could be the case for sure. Angel, what did I think about Touched by an Angel? I didn't really watch Touched by an Angel. I think it was a good show from what I heard, but I didn't really watch it. I didn't see it. What'd you say here, Raymond? Your clock is wrong. It's actually 10:59. Your clock must be a little bit slow. No, I'm not. I'm going off of the amount of time on the recording. So right now it's telling me I'm 2 hours and 57 minutes in. So that's what I'm going off of. I'm trying to make sure I don't hit the 3 hour mark. But anyway, all right, guys, I think we're good here. Appreciate y'all, man. It's listen, we got to do some like just chatting. Maybe I'll try and make time for that in the later future chats. But anyway, shout out to y'all, Replay Gang. I told y'all we wasn't going to make 3 hours. Haha, jokes on you. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. You know the routine. Wash your hands, wash your butts. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Go watch some football. I will see y'all next week. All right.